We are good. Welcome everybody to another Old Ways of Spero. Is this still on? I am Benito, your DM. I'm hopefully going to get the rest of the cast in here. We're going to be a little late with Jeremy, and hopefully Jen, who is a key part to this episode, will also arrive. But until then, we still have 5 other players, and they'll introduce themselves. Tyler, starting with you.
All right, I'm Tyler. I'm playing Tyros. Last week I took on the moniker the Lonely Druid, and it seems like for this one I'm going to be kind of listening in. There's a lot of stuff going on that I'm only just beginning to get privy to. So it will be interesting to hear what y'all are working on.
All right, Nate.
Oh, we're going down. Okay. My name is Nathan. I play Ian Spire, former lazy bard, now ex-convict for now.
Ex-convict, we're going in that direction. Leonika.
And I am Leonika. I am one of the 3 co-hosts of Tabletop Journeys, and I am playing Mshale, the member of the Fox, current arrested individual who we'll find out what happens from there.
You can say it. Ex-convict, too. Balin.
I wouldn't say I'm a convict. I haven't been convicted of anything yet.
Stephanie.
I'm Steph. I play Balin Cadell, the black sheep of the noble family. I do a lot of unpredicted things. Ooh, squirrel.
Awesome. And Art.
I am Art. I am playing Ash Shexcaligo, local cleric of the god of Cross, the god of defenders. And I'm going to see if I can defend these people from, well, what they've done.
All right. Little recap. When last we were with our heroes, they had faced off against the Black Zodiac Hydra. Some of the Summer Court members had a little close call encounters with death, but the team really rallied behind making sure everyone came out of that alive, so there was no casualties for taking on the Hydra, much to my chagrin, but all is happy. They've returned with a little bit of questioning to Balin, mostly what happened to Jean, Francois, but she'd been very deflective, kind of assuming, giving the assumption that he is on his own mission. So that was able to kind of work pretty well. There might be a little speculation, but most everyone pretty much is behind that thought. And there's another person to help out anyway, so whatever. Everything is good, right? Get back to Wellshire, and as we're about to get some rest and some planning kind of in, things are in utter chaos. As somebody had requested aid or help or something that has brought the Greyheim soldiers and knights down into Wellshire. What does that mean for the town? Well, Greyheim is the actual larger kingdom that has given the funding and allow Wellshire to exist, so to speak. So they are subservient to this kingdom, an old kingdom that's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, and that's where the Cadells came from. Now, apparently, their knights are here to find out what is going on, and there might be some things we want to tell them the full truth or cover up. But who sent for them? Some of that investigation did happen in prior episodes. I think Ian found out pretty well who, but this is where we're at. So you guys are coming into town. Carowin is a little distracted apparently, and you can decide how you wish to go about approaching those knights. A select amount of you want to do this. Magdalene is definitely going to peel away from your party and head in a different direction. She'll say, Ian knows where to find me. I'm out.
As Magdalene goes to leave, I will certainly do something or anything to add some kind of distraction from whatever she's doing. Basically, I wish to aid her in whatever she needs to do to not be noticed.
The knights haven't picked you up yet. I'm going to give you guys a free rein to how you wish to kind of be seen and enter yourself in, so to speak. So, if you guys want to disappear, certain members of you might have certain reputations of things, whatever, you may do so. Or you just don't feel comfortable dealing with the situation. At the moment, with Carolyn being dazed, puts Balin in a kind of a much more prime spotlight to speak for the House Cadell at the moment, though.
Well, last time I had said that I had gone on the outside. I didn't go straight to them first.
Okay, so you're going to say, I'm out too.
Well, not out, but more like on the outskirts, not going straight. Carowin was going straight.
Okay.
That was the original plan.
Okay. No, just double checking. That's fine. You can go with that.
I was planning on following with Carowin. If you want to deal with how those people that are splitting aside are dealing with stuff first until we get Jen.
That's fine.
Yep.
Okay. So Ash, Carowin, straight in the middle. Tyros, what did you want to do?
I don't know.
Let's either go with Balin or Magdalene, or go with the group that looks like it's going to go right straight up to these knights. Now, we'll say for observation-wise, since you're speculating, these are knights in full plate mail armor. Like, these are very well armed, very well outfitted, and they look to be very disciplined soldiers.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick around and see what happens with these knights.
Okay, so you'll go with Ash and Carolyn.
All right.
Ian, what is your choice?
Oh man, I'm going back and forth because it's like I want to get out of there because I don't want to go back to jail.
I think Maggie went right off into the sunset together, and I just slowly left.
You know, that was tempting, honestly. When he said that, I was like, oh, yeah, I might bounce too. But it's like, so when
Don't
we came
say I
back
never
into
get
town,
anything for you.
did we pass by the tavern or anything like that?
You can. Like, this is stuff that you know. There's a number of these men in the town. Like, you're looking around 20-something guys around here.
Man, I don't want people to go through my shit and the stuff I found. Could I, like, duck into the tavern, drop any of that off so, like, I can just go up with just base necessities?
Yes.
Then I want to do that, and then because I guess I did say I will stick by Carolyn, I'll stay with her then.
Okay. M. Shali.
Much the same, except I don't have anything that I wish to drop. Everything that's critical that I need to have is already stowed appropriately. So I'm just gonna stick with Carowin. At this point, I think breaking off away from her would not be good for any later situations that we may have to deal with.
Sweet. All right. So, hey, digital, everyone's going right down the middle. Balin, let's kind of start with you. Art's got a good idea. All right. You are going to kind of move around. You just going to watch the events? Do you want to kind of go and check on something specific? What is going through your mind to do with her?
Since I relatively recognize them, I want to get up as close as I can to hear any conversation, to hear if I recognize any names or titles, since they're from my homeland, whatever thing.
So why don't you give me a stealth check?
Okay. $24.
Oh, okay. Now give me a perception check to see how well you have you can get into spot within hearing distance.
That was a natural 20 for 22.
Okay, so you feel confident that you're from where you are, enough shadowing from a lot of the buildings. You're kind of placed in there. There's not a whole, like, it looks like a lot of people have kind of given sway. They're on the kind of the fringes of where the temple and the estate house is, giving you, it seems, plenty of distance to kind of hear without putting yourself in any form of danger of being spotted.
Do I hear them talking or conversing?
You will be. That's kind of
Okay.
like they're going to kind of come up in that.
Oh, okay.
All right, Jeremy is working his way in. Still waiting for Jen's response. Well, we'll have to play it out. All right, so you kind of more or less move up. You are met by a knight.
Who are we talking about? The group that moved up to the middle?
The group that's going in the middle. He is. He stands about 6'4", long brown hair, mustache, goatee, brown eyes. Oh no, I'm sorry, looking at the wrong guy. He's still 6'4", but he's long blonde hair, blue eyes, and definitely wearing the green armor of Greyheim.
The plate mail's tinted green, right?
Yes. A couple of his men kind of come up to him and go, I take it you are Lady Carolyn of House Cadell and her entourage? Carolyn will nod. Yes, that is who I am. Interesting. Good. So you are definitely Lady Carolyn. Looks to you and goes, Priest, House of Temple of Cross. Who are you?
Yeah. Ash Excaligo, as you say, Priest of Cross for this temple here in town.
I am told that you are the highest ranking priest of this temple that is here in town, correct?
We're a small town. We don't really have a whole lot of rank, but I've been taking charge, we could say.
So that's a yes.
We'll go with yes, sure.
Okay. You. Looking at you, M. Shali. Who are you?
I am Mshale of the Foxes.
The Wellshire Foxes, correct? The scouting unit?
That is correct.
How come there aren't many of you?
We have lost several of our number to recent events, and our leader has been kidnapped from our town. We are only recently finding details on these things.
The leader is gone as well?
Yes, I'm his son, and next in command, I would imagine.
Who's your leader, your father?
Yes.
What is his name?
Aha! His name?
Get your notes out.
And God, so long you forgot, Lee.
First lessons learned in this encounter.
Brage. My father's name is Brage.
And he is missing. You have no idea where he went?
Both he and my mother, we have information. They have been kidnapped and stolen from our lands and taken to another land.
You have evidence of this kidnapping?
We have the confessions of those who were involved, yes.
Who's the confession? Where are the witnesses?
The witnesses are not with us any longer. These were gloatings from enemies of our state as they thought they had the upper hand before the battle turned against them.
Is this the steward and the steward's son? I'm assuming the steward's son's confession.
Could I ask, we never get your name as you've questioned us. I understand your...
Correct, I didn't give it to you.
No,
Please
could
let
we
me
possibly
let
get
me
it so we know
let
who
me
we're talking to,
continue.
sir?
Now,
Before we get interrogated and all?
you are just a priest. This is military matters of the house for the houses of Greyheim. Let me figure out what is going on here. You will be assisting it, good sir, good priest. So please, let me continue. Now, where is the witness? Was it the steward's son?
He's the one that gave us clues that led to the actual witnesses who gave us more information.
Okay. Thank you. Now he looks to you, Tyros. One of the men come up to him. He brushes back your hair, and the man goes, Sir, it looks like he's a half-blood. I can see that. Where did you come from, half-blood?
I have a cabin nearby. Just a local, minding my own business, and thought I would see what all the commotion was about here.
Sorry, his lineage is definitely elf.
Mm.
Who are your parents, half-blood?
I didn't know my parents.
You were just left out in the woods?
Yep. It's been so long, I don't know.
Judd, bind that man. The man is going to put your arms behind your back.
As
As he's
why you're binding him?
Priest, you'll be there for his confession.
Confession of what?
He is a loose elf. I am not going to just let him wander around town.
He has been of great help to us. He's been...
We shall hear it during his confession time, Priest. We're not finished here yet. Do you let yourself be bound?
No, I'm fighting him.
There are many armed men.
I'll look at you and kind of give you a, go with it. Just... I don't know if you want to listen to me or not, but...
Yeah, it's up to you. Ash is trying to tell you. He's looking at you going back down.
I think I'm going to wild shape.
Oh, no.
Okay, he looks like he's about to do something. Anybody, you guys are there. You may speak, the three of you.
Tyros, it's easier if we can speak for you when you go quietly. Your deeds will not go unknown. We will make sure you know they're here to help. Just that they're following the rules of civilization. I know they're new to you and all, but we'll make sure you're treated well.
Mshali will very quickly add, trust in Lady Carolyn. She and her house will make sure things will go well. And as I say that, I am actually spending time looking around to see how attentive other knights in the area are, and how many would be in range of what happens next quickly.
Okay.
And then behind that, I'm basically I'm quickly trying to identify targets.
Mshali and Ash, your passive perceptions are very high. You would register 13 of those white elk knights, not including the guy that's been asking all the questions.
You mean Greyheim Knights?
Greyheim Knights, sorry. Yeah. Well, they're called white elk. The white elk.
So the Knights of the White Elk.
Yeah. There's 12. There's 13 of them.
And they're all on foot.
They're all on foot, but there is you've picked up 4. I don't know if you can see on the far right. There are 4 Greyheim riders that are near your well, but in the periphery you can pick up 4 more that are sort of patrolling.
Okay.
And you will know.
So there's 4 riders in town and 4 on patrol?
No, you can pick out at least 7 riders. 4 are just near the house.
Oh, okay.
3 or 4 of them. You actually 4 more around are doing patrols, they're kind of moving around people, looking around.
Mm-hmm.
All of you will know, the history is well enough. You cannot outrun Greyheim riders. They are swift, they are scouts, they are one of the great warriors of Greyheim. The knights are pretty competent, but you know that they are trained. They're just given good stuff. They're well armored. They they can hit pretty hard and they can take a beating kind of well. But Greyheim riders are sons that have been trained nearly when they're young boys, to ride a horse, wield a sword, and shoot a bow. They're not heavily armored, but they are difficult to hit because of their ability with all the weapons that they have. And to hunt and track is what they do. They're kind of like the monster hunters of a land that needs them, and because nobody else is brave enough to do what they do. And there are 8 of them in your town.
And the previous house guards that we had that betrayed us all, they were riders too, so we would know them.
You don't know. Wellshire riders are an homage to what Greyheim riders are. They were kind of to try to be that. They maybe could have been that if the steward didn't F it up for you guys.
I believe the phrase is corrupt and pervert the original concept.
Yes.
No, Ben never does that with anything we do.
Never.
No. Yeah.
All right, so I think then,
Jeremy.
as he's trying to, what up, Jeremy? I think then, as he's trying to time me up, I'm just going to try to fly straight up and land on the roof of the building.
So you're going to shape?
No, not wild shape, using my boots.
Oh, just your boots.
Yeah.
I will also know. Actually, I'm going to let you roll a history check because you may not know. Give me a history check. I'm going to give it to you at advantage because you are near your friends right now. They might be able to do something for you.
We all see you about to take off, and we're like, no!
Alright, 22.
There was a discussion that you kind of recall that magic using is not looked upon favorably in the lands of Alanis that you're in. Because the person who's the strongest goddess of this realm, sort of the Dark Queen as she's known, was a sorceress or a necromancer or something sort. Her evil and her desire for power brought this whole land into the dread realm, or so-called Ravenloft. So people who use magic kind of like have that stain of, oh, you'll probably do the same or worse for those around. So if you do this, and you're an elf, remember, and elves are really, really rare, and dwarves, you could probably set this whole group off.
Could I convince the head knight to not restrain him, even though he's taking him under custody?
You have you missed it because you weren't here. He's already backlashed and verbally berated Ash, even though after you recognize him as the highest priest of the temple, for not interfering with his interrogation. He has not come across very warmly to everyone right now.
That's okay. I'm a warm person.
Yeah, but with this being your home city, so to speak, for what Wellshire has homage to, this could be poor. This is a very etiquette matter, and you guys can decide how you wish to break the bread of the situation with your father's city.
I kind of think if they're coming into our city and they all of a sudden want to start interrogating and capturing us, we got to fight back.
I have a lot of etiquette.
City. We just run this part of it.
So do you wish to fly and show off magical abilities as an elf, half elf, in front of these men?
Are any of these windows open on this third story here?
They're not open, but you know that they're not well locked.
Okay.
Because Balin has been climbing in and out of them every once in a while that you've seen.
Wondering if I could fly up into the third story and kind of get a little sneak spot to do some pot shots on people.
I'm going to tell you what. Take an insight, Tyros.
15.
Kind sir.
This knight who's interrogating, he's looking like he's looking for a reason to start getting volatile.
Actually, do I know him? Do I know of him?
You? Probably not. You do know of the White Elks. You do know these are men from Greyheim. But you and Ian could probably find out once things are figured out what's going on. This guy, whoever he is at the moment, is just coming down hard. So, Tyros, you pretty much know he's looking to do something. Like, if you start with anything, he's looking at you because the guy is about to put your arms around your back. He's like, he has an invitation to, like, he's waiting to command for you to resist. Like, you've kind of seen someone, because you've been around Brett here and there in the town. Like, you've seen someone who will, like, oh, go do this, and then you know that's the kind of thing, like someone tripping you or whatever, to pick, like a bully pick a fight type of thing. He's got that type of facial expression on him. Like, he wants you to do something.
Hallelujah, we might be saved.
Kind sir, his ears are only like that as a mutation.
We can see a half-blood as we see it. Alright, I'm going to
quickly tell you.
Fill Jen in, because she could save everything.
Yeah, let's fill Jen in. What up, Jen?
Please, God, save everything.
Here's our only pointy due to behavior when he was a child.
He told them that he doesn't know where his parents are, so they're already wary of him. So Carolyn, this man has basically started interrogating everybody. He is definitely a Knight of the White Elk. You know that to be a very esteemed military unit segment of the city of Greyheim. He has asked who Ash was, who he told him who he was, and asked him if he was the highest ranking priest of the temple, and got him to basically say yes, he is. When he got to talking to Mshali, he started asking about his father, where his father was, how he found out about him being missing, and when Ash tried to interject, this guy basically told Ash, "You will shut up right now. I'm asking the questions. You will be around for other interrogations later, but you don't more or less get to speak at the moment now." He has gone to Tyros. One of the men walked up and brushed his hair back, revealing his ears, and called him a half-blood. And then they asked him about his parents. Tyros has now replied that he doesn't have it. He doesn't know who his parents are, and so he's saying, "You're from the wilds." When he said that, this knight in charge told him to bind him. Now, I have told him that you're in an etiquette situation, and magic is frowned upon in the world of Alanis. And elves and dwarves are very rare. He's about to bolt. You can have an insight enough to know that he's about to react, probably in the action that you would say would be the least etiquette of all situations.
And we are literally fresh from the battlefield.
Yes, but he doesn't seem to bother much about that. He's literally been asking questions, and he doesn't seem to like answers that are coming out of certain people. Mostly it's been Mshali, and now he's moving on to Tyros.
I'm not with everybody. I'm off to the side trying to pick up names from them or something.
Yeah, Balin took off, and you can't find her because she's hiding very good.
Okay. First off, I apologize, y'all. I fell asleep on this one. I'm going to get in that guy's face. I'm going to say, "Who the fuck do you think you are? You haven't spilt blood for this town. And I have, and he has, and we have. And you can sit your ass the fuck down."
That's what you're going to say?
Yeah. I just woke up, so yeah.
Okay. It's a
I
tactic.
just want to know everybody's
Can I
face.
convince her not to?
You did?
Give me an
Did
insight.
you?
Give me an insight, Yujiro. It's not a high DC because she seems very very high.
I should have followed
It's
back.
not a high
Do it.
DC.
19.
Yeah.
19.
You know she's about to speak, probably pissed off.
I'm gonna
I think we're both
Have
having
her
the same
read.
action of going like, yeah!
I'm gonna squeeze a little bit and say we
Was that your asshole? You're going to squeeze?
No, I'm gonna squeeze your wrist.
Oh.
And I'm gonna say we should approach them kindly as to not have our village destroyed.
I'm going to give a look over at you like I completely agree with your Jiro. Like, yeah.
Okay, I will take that deep breath and I will swallow my words.
To help you,
I-
Jen, too,
but kind-
remember you and Ian discovered somebody sent a messenger out to Greyheim asking for these guys.
No. We know exactly who sent that messenger because Thulsa
Yeah, it was our
admitted to the
goddamn
fact.
sheriff.
Thulsa outright said, "I sent for them right before we left for the Hydra." So we know who sent
Okay.
for them and where they came from.
So you know who sent them.
Kindly, knight. I would like to go with.
First, I want to
Tyros.
know if Tyros is going to do something.
Speak for him.
Yeah, because we're still trying to resolve that. I don't want to let him tie me up here, but I also don't want to do any magic and start a fight here because it doesn't seem like we could take him.
Okay, catching up a little bit, I will give Tyros a look that says,
We tried that. He doesn't understand looks.
Damn social
Oh.
cues.
social
Social
awkwardness. Okay, get it. I got one of those. I biologically created one.
or basic tactics, because 24 on 1 is a bad set of odds. I don't care how you dice it.
I mean, I think I can get away you know.
Ben, how far away am I from them?
You're pretty far.
Ben, I think he's got a little Greystoke in him.
Maybe.
Oh no, because if he did, he would know how bad an idea this is.
You know what? I will join the others in giving Tyros a look.
All right, so I'm gonna begrudgingly let them tie me up, but the moment anybody tries to take any of my stuff off of me, wild shape into a bear.
Okay, you're gonna get tied. Jiro, I'm gonna let you speak and then Steph. So go ahead, Jeremy.
Kind knight, I know that you come from Greyheim, and I know that Tyros seems to be quite the outsider. I would like to join him in your interrogation of him, as I'm sure I could speak better for him than he can himself.
Okay. Balin, what did you want to do?
Am I close enough to have seen where Caroline was getting all riled up and everyone's looked towards him?
Your perception is high enough on your roll that you are far enough away from being spotted, but able to pick up the details and the conversations of everything that is happening here in the square.
I assume Larkin is with me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to tell Larkin I'm going in and I'm going straight towards Carowin.
Hey, he holds you back and goes, do you really want to do this right now? Because if you don't have answers, these guys are from Greyheim nobility. They're going to start asking heavy questions, Balin.
Hey, Ben, her stealth score was not high enough to defeat my
yes,
passive perception. Can I see where she is?
Yes. I don't think that would be your focus, though, with what's going on.
No, but if I see her, trying to come out of her hiding spot to defend Carowin, I'd be worried about it.
If she got spot, right now Larkin's going to try to deflate this as an NPC to character. He goes, these guys are serious right now, and we don't have any information of what's going on. I think we should play it by our ways.
Well, I mean, you kind of don't forget, hello, I'm Greyheim nobility. My father was in charge.
But you're low house here from these guys. Like, they're sent from a high house. We don't know what that house is, and we don't know that agenda. So, the best thing for us is not to be whatever they're doing. They're already arresting somebody. They could go. He may not stop. He's not done asking questions to everybody else.
All right. Well, what do you want to do then?
I think we should do what you're doing right now. Just kept checking out. Definitely Carowin. We gotta know if he does anything to Carowin, we should be able to follow our way, unmolested and unseen.
Fine.
I see you haven't changed much. Okay. Quickly going back, the knight goes, and looking at you, Jerry, he goes, who in the hell are you?
I am a person that speaks for those that can't speak for themselves very well. Tyros is a bit slow, so I help speak for him.
So your position in the court? You are the speaker to the court?
Yes. Under Lady Carowin's control.
He gives me advice.
Your name?
My name?
Looking at him.
No. She's literally going to take it as he said it. My name? You don't know who the hell I am?
I already know he introduced you, already figured out who you were. He goes, I know who you are, Lady Carowin. I want to know who he the fuck is.
He is my voice to the people.
Yeah, and I want to document his name. So I know exactly all the players going on. Because apparently there are dead stewards in your town.
Dead stewards who put themselves in the position they're in.
Well, that discovery will be done in the investigation later. But right now I want to collect the names. And from what I'm hearing from the sheriff...
Good night. Is Yajiro Erinki.
Yajiro.
And I'll bow low.
He looks at one of the other guys. Is that Morheim to you? Yes, sir. Sounds Morheim to me. He goes, okay. Keep an eye on him. Right. He looks at you, Ian. And who are you?
Did they say that out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
They seem to be pretty racist.
Got it.
They have been pretty ass about everything so far.
Let me introduce you to the town bard. Who cannot...
I'm gonna bow low when she says that, too.
Who cannot forgive what his parents named him. This is Ian. He cannot, again, his parents named him what they will. Same as Yajaro. No choice in what his parents named him.
What was his name
again?
No
choice.
It's okay. It's okay. Good night. She's not great with names. Like I said, my name is Yajiro, and this kind sir is as close to my brother as my actual brother. This is Ian.
Ian.
He is flamboyant and a wonderful bard.
Is his last name
flamboyant?
Is that Ian Spire, the entertainer?
Yes, good sir.
That one. 2 more of them step up, and they're bounding you, Ian. Do you let them?
Yep, kind of figured this was gonna happen. I'm going back to jail. I just let it happen.
Okay. All right. Take those 2 to the prison. Keep them under watchful guard. As Tyros and Ian are there, what happen? You find yourself as the knights are. There's like 6 of them now. They tie your thumbs into the part of the binding, and as you're walking away, then they stuff something in your mouth and tie that around. Pretty much anti-magic abilities. So you cannot do somatic abilities or vocal.
Who is that?
These White Elk Knights. Yeah, there's 6 of them are doing that. And now they're escorting you back to the prison that you're very familiar with, Ian.
Ah, yes.
All right. Then you guys are going to go into the estate. He goes, I am Sir Lennox Murray of the White Elk. I have been dispatched here, of course, by our Lord Haskett to determine the situation here that was presented us to by your messenger from your sheriff or marshal Thulsa Doom.
Which is it? My sheriff or my marshal?
I'm not sure what the fuck he is. I'm not sure what all you do. But you guys are...
Me?
You guys are a ragtag bunch of individuals.
Ragtag.
Yes, ragtag, creating this town. From what I got from your marshal, you're not doing very well, Lady Carowin.
Wait a minute, am I ragtag or am I lady? Make up your mind.
I'll think about it.
No, I want it right now.
Do you really want to push this matter, lady?
I'm sorry. Do you not see my companions?
Yeah, I see them.
Are they covered in blood?
Don't care.
I know that you don't, but do the townsfolk?
Also don't care.
I'm glad that you don't. I'm just pointing this out. We are under a situation right now. We have been dealing with shit week after week, day after day. And if you don't care, and if Thulsa doesn't care, that's fine on him. But if you don't care, you can deal with the townsfolk. Because before too long, they are either A, gonna die, or B, they're gonna be your biggest problem. So, I suggest that you come up with an idea right now. Am I ragtag or am I Lady Carowin? Right the fuck now.
I'm gonna go with ragtag then.
Then fuck the hell off. She'll say it, but she's not gonna do much about it.
I'll take control of this situation here then.
Can I just say, sir, that we've just come back from defeating a beast in the wild, and tempers are up and emotions are up, and we're all very tired. Perhaps you could give us a moment to gather ourselves and approach this properly, and maybe at that point we can all act civilized and get our bearings down and get our emotions under control and handle this as I know you want to handle it in a peaceful, orderly way.
Sounds good, priest. I will give you till tomorrow morning after breakfast. I and my men will be here to continue the rest of this investigation with you in your main hall. So you have until the night to figure it out. I'm just going to take the 2 other suspicious members. We will detain them, and then we'll do the questioning after we've had our conversation tomorrow morning. Satisfactory?
I think that is completely reasonable.
Good. I did not bring a priest because I did not think this was a heavier enough matter, but apparently there's something going on this dark magic situation. And I would like to use your expertise and your humble opinions to things in a much more balanced faction. And I would like for you to keep your so-called leader in some respects of nobility, if that's actually her true birthright.
She most certainly is noble and has acted nobly. You've just caught her at a poor time, and I'm sure we'll be much more agreeable to things in the morning. As a matter of fact, if you'd like, I would be happy to take you and show you around the parts of town myself while everyone started to get rest.
And if I may, kind sir, if your troops are in need of any refreshments, game, I will certainly dispatch foxes to assist in making sure you're well cared for, so after your long ride, your men do not need to worry about that.
That's a good idea. Why don't you make sure the men have good pheasants and hares for dinners, depending on whatever's going on here. I do have one other question. There are some very weird-looking beings that I saw that have come with you outside of town. What, pray tell, are they? And what are they doing here?
They were sent... Well, that's more of a longer story. They're not a threat. They're here to help. They're friends. And if you'd like, we can sit and talk about a longer story now, but it would be nice to see this whole situation de-escalated and people going about their ways.
You, Fox.
Yes, sir.
Get the game, and then I want your people. I've already relieved the marshal of his duties. You and the rest of the militia, make sure that I want the other, whatever those are, under watchful eye at all times. Not one of them ever goes missing for the rest of the night and into the morning. Is that understood?
We will do our best, but as you'll find in your investigation, there are some in that number that we need to be careful of.
Fix.
I will say more for when you question me.
No, Fox, I don't want excuses. I want you to figure out the results. If you're aware of something that's an issue, get better at it.
Are you ordering me to resolve those issues, sir?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. I will make sure that happens.
High Priest, you and this advisor, I advise you to do your courtly duties. Is that understood? I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Where is he going to stay? Have they set up a camp or anything?
They look like they have got a camp in the north of town. It's about 100 yards outside of the town. It's a big pavilion tent. And then
would there be any kind of room or barracks where the soldiers who left and fled have emptied so we can give them adequate housing inside?
Well, you could if you wish to give up the estate house, which seems to be the most difficult thing.
We should just let them stay in their own little camp where we can watch them as much as they can watch us.
Okay. So, the three of you, Ash, Yujiro, and Lady Carolyn, are going to go into the estate building.
Actually, I need to say something to Shale first.
Okay.
Shale, just ask. Let me check the elf's name. Bernhardt is the one that's left. Tell them that. Well, give them a heads up on what's going on. Herb has gone back to the Fairylands. You don't need to worry about him leaving. He's gone already. Firetouch has gone with him. So we just have the Centaur and the Herringon to and Kekim, the satyr, to ask to stay outside of town in camp for the night.
Understood.
So if you just tell them that's all I ask, we should be fine with them.
So Ben, what Mshali will do is he will connect with the foxes. He will let them know the goal is to provide adequate game for these soldiers and for our companions and allies from the Fey realm. Make sure they have whatever they need and just get them set up. And I would like to have one fox stay with them to keep them safe, or be able to notify us or warn us, or be a runner for them.
Okay.
And then I don't want anybody doing anything to watch these nights. I don't want that to be an issue or become an issue. But I do want people. Somebody posted where they can keep an eye if the knights leave the camp and come into town, so we can get those words or that. But nobody directly follows them. We just need to see when they pass certain areas, so we kind of know their comings and goings, but we're not following them.
Okay, that's going to be a hold on a second.
Yep. Shally.
Yes, Lady Carolyn.
My dear sweet Shally, I would love for you to assign one of that man's men as my I'm not going to say bodyguard, let's say watcher for the next few days. Let him watch me as I visit my parents and read to them. Let him watch me as I check on the danger that is in the basement. Let him watch me as I address the folk that I have failed in this. I need to address the folk of the town, but let him watch me as I do so. What do I have to hide? Other than my temper.
Now, are you saying this to me away from him or in front of him? That's my response. That detail is key to my response.
He's away. This is all just you.
Okay. I can certainly ask Lady Carowin. I have a sense that he will likely do so. I don't think we need to ask for that. And at this point, since the situation is diffused, let's not then give them reason to make things worse.
I understand where you're coming from. I want to be as blatant as possible. I have done nothing wrong. My family has done nothing wrong. We have done everything in our power to protect this town and the people. And, there is a part of me that wishes the next beast, the next whatever that freaking thing downstairs is going to do, there's a part of me that wishes it shows up tomorrow. Just so they can see what the hell we are all dealing with.
Roll me a d20, please.
Oh, dear God.
Get
Just straight up?
Straight up, please.
16.
Thank you.
You tempted fate.
I know I did.
She didn't tempt fate. She asked the island to throw crap at her. There's a big difference.
Tempt
and the knights.
Yeah, tempt indicates that the fate may or may not. She done dared it.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
Want to send the knights out and see how many come back.
Yeah,
right.
I do.
You're going to move on to the house. I'm Charlie, you're going to do your thing. We're going to kind of resolve some
I am going to do my thing. I will say this before I leave to Lady Carowin. Lady, the older people the elders amongst my people, when my family still wandered and were part of our people, used to speak of the old times and how things go. We are among the people that were often disliked or shooed away from towns and villages because they didn't understand our ways or we didn't conform to theirs. Our people's ways have never been to confront in an aggressive manner that issue. The reason my family, my father and mother, left my people is because they felt that there were times where it was necessary and times when it was not. But I'm going to borrow something from that I think Balin would agree with. There are going to be times where you just have to do things when they can't see you coming. And with that, Mshali will go. Will walk away and do his thing.
Okay, I want to get to Balin because Balin, you have overseen everything. You've overheard everything. You've seen this night go in one direction. You and you know the group is breaking up, and you've heard him command certain people that they're going to be doing certain things. You also saw Tyros and Ian be dragged to the prison. What would you like to do?
Well,
And you have learned.
I don't recognize this name, this Lennox Murray person. Do you think Mr. Farrington has?
Yeah.
Well, let's get whatever details we can on him and go from there, since we don't know who he is. Or this Lord Haseki, something.
Do we break Ian out?
What?
Do we break Ian out?
We will, but we need to do something first.
Word. Okay.
Oh.
So you gonna go to Mr. Farrington?
We both are.
Okay. So we will. We can go there now. Oh no, I'll wait till. Ian, you are going to prison. There's a ball in a gag in your mouth. Your hands are now bound very, very uncomfortably, and you and Tyros are led back to the cell that you know all too well.
Is Junior's body still in there?
No,
or
it's
did they
been
remove
removed.
it? Damn. Okay. All right. So I'm in there with Tyros, and
4 of the knights are going to remain with you. You see 2 of the other
Okay.
ones leave. 2 will be inside, and apparently 2 will be outside, is what you're getting.
So 2 inside not in my cell, but in the room,
Right.
just kind of hanging out, watching, making sure we're not doing anything
Yeah.
stupid. You know, it's really uncomfortable with all this stuff in my mouth and tying my hands. Would, if I cast Mage Hand, would that be able to take the ball gag out or remove the shackles from my hands? Would it be an attempt to?
What do you got? I'm sorry, what are you trying to do?
I want to know if I cast Mage Hand, would I be able to either remove the shackles or the ball gag?
What is the ability to cast Mage Hand?
Oh, it's verbal and somatic, but I can bypass that using subtle spell, using a point.
A point? If
Yeah.
you do that, yes.
My meta magic.
Yeah. So you have
Damn,
to use a
you're
sorcery
specific by saying it's a ball gag.
Point. It is.
That's what he said it was. Some type of gag in
Ball
my
gag.
mouth.
You can't. But you notice these guys are watching you. Like, they're making sure. They look. Actually, give me an insight check. I'm going to give it to you at advantage because you're a bard.
Oh, hold on. I'll just do it twice. 14.
They're not extremely hard to read. Because you're kind of figuring a lot has to do with magic. Like, this seems to be magic component that. They're like looking for those things that are removed as safety measures. So
Right.
kind of like a straitjacket type of situation. Should your hands be sort of free, they're going to worry. So you could probably get the weird thumb cuffs off because you're going to sit down and that's going to be behind your back type of thing. But if you remove the thing on your mouth, that would already tell them that you're not bound. So you can get your hands free and sit like that. But again, if they pick you up and move or like that, if that's not there, they're probably going to freak. And
I kind of want to see what they would do if I did that.
Well, you kind of have a feeling it's not a good thing. Like, there have been... You're a bard. Historically... And this is, remember, you were with Magdalene, so I'm going to give you a lot of good background information. The Circle of Roses was created for people to feel good about magic. Because really, you need magic. There are a lot of things that magic brings to the table. And, between mending and making things easier and lighter and, making permanent light fixtures and stuff like that sort. There's a lot of things you do as powerful magic users that really can benefit the town. And let's face it, we're also talking about humans that understand the manifestations of weapons. Mages and wizards are weapons. They're the great weapons of war. They would be no different than having a tank, a military plane, and stuff in our world. So you're not just going to be like, nah, we're never going to do like that, because they know that the evil people out there, the society that you're against, the Dread Order, has those people. So you're not going to walk into someone who can throw a fireball at you without you having someone who can counterspell and throw one back.
Right.
That's what the Circle of Roses were created. Now, the weird thing about it, because they're not really want to claim them, because, again, it's a bad, ill-omened juju from the aspect of the power of the island, they've kind of morphed into their own sort of color wheel. And each of the colors can represent individuals by their kind of like their choice of alignment. Blue mages, water; red mages, fire; brown mages, earth; green mages, nature, stuff like that, sort of things kind of going on. So they have a lot of those things, and sometimes they'll affiliate by colors, will affiliate to certain towns. So that's where a lot of that kind of goes. Anyone who's not in it, and if you kind of, and I don't want to kind of relate, I was doing this way before Dragon Age, but if you aren't part of that Circle of Roses, you're considered like a free mage, and that isn't, like, no one wants a rogue mage that just kind of wander around doing their own thing, because that's the one that got made into the goddess of this island that you're in Ravenloft, and make the dead hard to kill and come back up to the earth. So nobody wants you, who are going to grow up and to be possibly that. That's just what they're going to believe.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying they'll just kill you, and no one's going to like give you a license to be like, oh, that's bad because you killed a mage. They're just going to be like, oh, that's kind of like killing a wild coyote that got into your town.
Right.
That's how it's kind of seen. There doesn't mean no rule, no law, no justice. In fact, you can remember a couple of tales that happened, especially in the bigger cities, that people were considered free of crime because they claimed that those people were rogue mages. And they planted evidence, or you think there's planted evidence, maybe it's not, it's different, but it is a tale that is very commonly can be done to make that crime make more like a civilian protection thing toward the town. Unless, it was high enough person that they could condemn that person for doing it. So, that's what they're looking for. Like, they want to kill you.
Okay, so...
because they don't have magic, and that's what they're fearful of.
Okay, so, not gonna do that.
I'm also gonna now, because you're with Tyros, give me a history check. Again, I'm gonna give you an advantage, because you're a bard.
15.
Okay. Here's the funny thing about the history of elves in Alanis. There's some type of thing that you're not sure if it is actually the Dark Queen that we just talked about, or just the element of the Dread Realm itself. But elves are considered one of the holiest, purest, mostly purest, type of humanoid being, or mortal being, one could be. They just think the highest amount of good, which you would think would change a lot to what Tyros is. But here's the weird thing about it. It's kind of like putting a bad luck charm beacon on your neck to say, if you hang around with an elf, you're more likely going to attract the most evil things of the realm, hunting for the elf and anything around it. So, if the elf is involved and powerful, and you've heard great stories about Briculin, that's amazing. You've heard that there is something called ghost wolves that have roamed around Alanis for hundreds of years, doing little things to protect people. That's good stuff. They're very powerful elves that can walk around the realm alone, strong enough to deal with the evil is. There are many elves who are not of that level, but they've kind of come out and helped out and done what they can. But most of those elves are the type of ones that bring the realm looking for them and wiping them out. And that in the long, long history has happened to many towns where they have just been wiped off the face of the earth because undead hordes came and wiped out everything there looking for pockets of elves. So that's kind of like, so you guys are kind of in the bad juju of people like, oh, I don't want that around. So in a way, they're looking at Tyros as, he's probably bad luck. He could, in a way, now that you're thinking about it, could be responsible for the circle if Thulsa told him about it.
Yeah, it's really questioning what he put in that letter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm starting to think he just kind of threw me and me under the bus for killing Junior, and Tyros probably for the circle, because Tyros showed up soon after.
Okay.
So.
Is there anything you would like to do? Do you want to remove the bindings on your hands?
No, I don't. I don't want to die.
Okay.
Self-preservation and all. I doubt they're going to feed us or give us anything to drink, because I don't want to take these off to allow us to do any of that either, so... Guess I'll just go to sleep and motion to Tyros to do the same.
Okay. Tyros, you're cool with this? Ian looks pretty unnerved. You don't know why, but he looks pretty freaked out right now as he looks to the two remaining White Elk Knights in the room.
Okay, so now I was gone for a minute. I'm back out.
They brought you to prison.
We're in the prison.
You have your hands tied and your thumbs very well tied, so you can't do any somatic movements. There's something in your mouth tied into it, so you can't do any vocal things to your spells. And because your hands are behind your back, you can't get into any components or touch your.
So I don't need to do any of those for wild shape, right?
Correct. They have no idea that you're a druid.
Yeah.
But remember, he's also a bard using bardic magic.
Mm-hmm.
What's kind of assuming is they're just treating you as people who wield magic as magic wielders, whatever that kind of means. There are other things in this realm that don't explain, and maybe that could get explained by Carowin when they have their conversation.
All right, so we're like in one of these buildings here downstairs in a they have a cell, or one of our own cells or something, or.
No, you and him are in the same cell with these, because you don't have a very big town, and it's not on this what you see here. It is a separate building. It's a one-story building. It's kind of like a small town, big cage. That's why they killed Junior, because he was in the same cage as the same people. Like, everyone gets stuffed in one cage, so if something happens in there, that happens.
Whoa!
For
Junior
towns,
killed
it is.
Himself.
Huh?
Junior killed himself.
That's not
Nobody
the story
killed
that's
Junior.
going around town, and you've got something in your mouth. You can't tell him that. So that's kind of like where that's at. So you can brush up against him. You can sit next to him. You two are there. The two knights are kind of sitting in a chair and like table, and looking at you two with concerning interest of what you guys are doing.
All right, I'm gonna look over at Ian and then wild shape into.
Yeah, I start seeing you try to do anything. I start shaking my head. No. I'm motioning to tell you to go to sleep.
I think I can get us out of here, though.
Yeah, so could I, but I can't say that, so I'm saying no, go to sleep.
But what about these two guys? I could take them as a bear.
I don't know if you heard the part where there was 6 of them, and 2 left. We think, well, 4 of them went outside. We don't know if they're outside the door or where, and there's only 2 here. Like, yeah, you could take probably 2. I'm not going to say I'm going to help you because I don't want to die. Listen, I understand. I'm not happy with it either, but they're looking for a reason to kill us. Can I do that? Can I cast? Can I do that?
Oh yeah, because you can cast message.
Nope, I can't do it because I need all 3, so I can't do it. I am like struggling to try to get.
I am gonna go check on them though.
Oh yeah,
Well,
you have to.
You're
going to
be dealing with Carowin in the house, I'm sure. So this is a bad split going on right now.
I'm literally just gonna keep like looking at you and rolling over and putting my head down, like just go to sleep, just go to sleep.
I'm gonna let you sit there and debate it for a second. I'm gonna go to Lady Carowin and her entourage. Lady Carowin, Yadro, Ash, you are in the estate house. You're in the first foyer. You can go from there because I know Carowin is hot on the collar right now. So, what would you like to?
Ash, actually, where We'll just go to the kitchen or whatever, right?
Sure.
The dining room.
Yeah.
Ash sits down and goes, what letter did Thulsa send, and why didn't he check with anyone?
Well, I mean, there's no reason for Thulsa to check with me, obviously. So
Thulsa, Matt's not here, so Thulsa can do whatever the fuck Thulsa thinks he can do. He is working to the letter of the law, and I totally do the air quotes. He is totally doing everything to and not beyond what he thinks the letter of the law is. And in this case, that means that he has previously arrested Ian. He is previously arrested Mshale. He sent the letters saying, oh my god, we have mass accusers and all the shit is going down. Do we know exactly what it was that he said? No. Would we like to assume that he basically said, hell is going down in this lovely, quiet town? We wish. We don't know. And I apologize once again for my temper, because
that's why we're here for you.
We're fresh off the battlefield, and I'm a little hot. A little hot, yeah.
Okay, so you guys are in the kitchen. Might as well really use. I bought this thing and it opens up. I might as well actually let you guys play around it.
Nice.
Whoa. Very cool. Very cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll go to the kitchen. We'll eat while we're talking. So, how many doors and windows are there in the kitchen? What I see?
2 windows, 1 door.
All right, so who knows who is listening and from how far? How do we turn this to our favor?
I had been planning a speech to the town, and I had been planning it for a while now. I was going to time it to when we opened the memorial to the first group that fell, the foxes and those that fell for the first attack. And I sat on this too long. I'm literally putting this to you guys. Do I do it now? Where it looks like a political play to these people, coming from the outside, even though I'm literally just advising the townsfolk? Because the townsfolk are people. They need to know what's going on, because it's only going to get worse, and they need to decide, do they stay or do they go?
That actually kind of works to our advantage, because that way we can get our message into his ears before he sits down and questions us and takes the initiative away and asks the questions. You would be able to stand there, give your version of the story, and he is giving us till the morning. So for him to go outside of that is not very proper.
I mean, I can do this now. I can literally do this right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Get yourself cleaned up, put on some more formal attire rather than your armor.
Should I?
Yeah, play the part of the lady. You are the lady of the town. They need to see that.
I understand that, and I understand that I'm my father's daughter, as much as I hate that I'm my father's daughter. But we almost lost folk today. should I appear as the lady and clean and primped and proper, or should I appear fresh from the battlefield?
I think everybody saw you fresh from the battlefield already, and cleaning up and putting on your proper regalia will show them that you are serious and this is important, and they will see that symbol that the nobility can be. Symbols are important. You wear your good clothes, I'll stand next to you in my armor. That will give the impression that we need.
If that's what you think, then that's what I will do. And if that's what you think, then we need to do this sooner than later. And I'll do it now.
What do you think, Yajiro? Who just walked away?
Yajiro doesn't care.
Caught up in the moment.
He's like, I gotta go sew you an outfit.
All right.
Hang on, my lady. Let me get your
I'm gonna let
measurements.
him catch up. You guys can kind of message him a little bit to figure out what you want to do. I'm gonna deal with Mshali. All right, Mshali, you kind of blast all this stuff, information to what you want to do with your group. Britt will go. So you want us to go hunt for these guys, and then what are you trying to get us to do after that? Just keep out of their hair?
I need someone posted in town and by the path they would normally come into town from their camp, so that we have an idea of how many of their number are either at camp at any given time or how many are in town. So we have we have intelligence on where they are and their numbers. I like one of our numbers, and we can rotate in and out to be posted with the Fae, so that again, if the Fae need to get word to us or we need to get word to the Fae, we can have that can be done. It's going to be important that even those who have abilities in our town do not use them around these people.
So, aren't these like our people, though? Well, I mean, not our people, but like these town's people.
They are and they aren't. What's happening is there's treachery at levels within the town and outside of the town. I trust the Foxes. I trust Lady Carowin. I trust Lady Balin. I trust that small group that I've been with recently. I don't trust everybody outside of this town, even if they come with the right orders or the right credentials. And it's important that we look and reason before we act. What? But we keep a wary eye.
I'm sure. What the hell is going on? What are you saying? You don't trust Greyheim people?
There's a group that have magical evil tattoos that have infiltrated some of our number. That group is very secretive, and they may or may not have infiltrated other groups outside of our town. Until we know whether these are people from Greyheim we can trust or people who are corrupted by this evil influence, we need to be careful. Our job as Foxes are to protect the townspeople here and to protect Lady Carowin and Lady Balin, and we'll continue to do that. You know, with what we fought, there's evil at work here. That evil was at work outside of Wellshire long before they brought it to Wellshire. We're trying to root that evil out. Right now, we cannot act until we know who or what we're dealing with.
Who's corrupted, Amjali? You're speaking in goddamn riddles.
Evil. The same evil that brought in the nine-headed beast, the same evil that brought in the flying creature. All those things are evil, and they're being brought by a coven of villains that have been hiding.
In our ranks. In the Foxes.
Not in the Foxes. They've been hiding amongst the guard. They betrayed Lady Carowin's family. They betrayed their oaths. Some, not all, but some of Thulsa's guards betrayed him as well. We need to be very careful with whom we trust and what we share.
Oh. So, you want us to start watching the guard?
Don't follow them. Don't make yourself well known. Just post up in town as though you would be watching over the town, and then keep note of them as they come and go.
Well, where's Tyros?
They have arrested Tyros and Ian because they didn't answer questions well, and some of their abilities have put these guards ill at ease.
Fuck him, Charlie. He's an outsider. Of course they're gonna arrest him. We gotta get him out.
We will when the time is right, but if we get him out now, before we get an assessment of what's going on, we will either alienate future allies, or we will give enemies the reason they need to come down on us and the town as a whole.
Shouldn't have been in the town. You should have warned them.
We were out fighting the beast when they got here. They got here while we were away. And that's why I am worried that they may not be trustworthy.
They're from Greyheim. They're the most trustful people in the world.
Unless other people have corrupted them, or it's a disguise and a ruse.
I think your paranoia's gone up, Charlie. From what I've heard on the tales from the parts of the place, the true heroes come from Greyheim. It's in their blood.
It is. But that doesn't mean true heroes cannot be led astray. We don't want to cause them harm or cause them to make us enemies if it's just a matter of they don't know who to trust. They are saying they don't know who to trust here, so they're isolating individuals until they can determine who to trust. We need to let them go through that process. We need to make sure we are the ones that they can trust. Hence, the foxes will be hunting for them. If we are aiding them, that gives them a reason to trust us. If they end up being good people, we will have already started making a bridge.
That makes sense. But if they string up Tyros, I'm going to string you up too, Charlie.
They will not do that. As easily as I could have left that jail whenever I felt it, I am confident that Ian will be able to get them out of there should they need to. Right. And if it comes down to our friends, we will be on the run. If not now, if not for a short time, for the rest of our lives. But as long as we can hold this ground peacefully, we should.
Flynn goes, so we got this clear. Your father's gone. Does that mean you're taking charge now from Charlie?
I am. And as soon as we get this matter dealt with, we're going to be able to get my father back.
How's that?
The steward and his son were part of this coven of evil I spoke of. They were the ones who called for the kidnapping of my parents. They are currently under capture and torture away from here. We need to handle things in this town so we can go save my parents. But we've got to get this issue resolved first.
I know you got the blood of a chief in you, Charlie. But just because you have the eyes for one of that Cadell lass doesn't quite put you full in charge of us foxes. I can take you down just as well. Liv goes, Flynn, shut the fuck up. You don't even know what the fuck's going on around here. And Charlie does. He's been with everybody else. Just because you want to flex your fucking muscles doesn't mean crap here. Now just go worry about the things that we need. Go hunting. I got him. Don't worry, Charlie. We'll do as you need. Just keep us in the loop. We don't want to be stabbed in the back. We've already lost enough of our members.
I will continue to keep you in the loop.
Yeah, Flynn growls. Yeah, keep us in the fucking loop, Charlie. Don't keep everything to yourself. Just because you're trying to be a noble boy with there.
Flynn, I am not a noble. I am not a boy. And there are very few things that I try to do. If I set out to do a thing, I'm going to do it. Make sure you understand that.
Alright, your foxes dissipate and go do what they're told.
So with them doing all that, yeah, that covers all those things. I'm basically just going to make sure that I'm going to head back to Lady Carolyn and make sure and basically hold with her. Okay. My deal with Thulsa, and I don't know how or when it's going to come out, is that I am basically out to follow her lead. So I'm going to make sure it kind of stays close to her as possible. The one thing that I want to make note of is I do want to kind of have an idea of the two guards that I know were Dread Order. I want to know where they are at all times and keep an eye on that and just kind of like know where they are, because if they're still in town, as far as I'm concerned, I was just told I could kill them. So,
you're one man. Do you want to go hunting for him, or are you going to go back to Carolyn?
I'm going to go back to Carolyn, but I do want to know where they are in case.
You got to tell somebody if you want to get them hunting for him. You just don't know where they are. You don't have radar sounds.
Okay.
You have a sizable town. It's not a big town, but it's a sizable town enough to be not.
Do I know where their usual haunts would be, like the places they normally would be?
Foxes and your townsmen don't mix.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to hold off for now. I'm going to go back with Carolyn and see if I can get that information a different way.
Okay.
But
so, Lady Carolyn and Ash, I think you had a question for Yajiro, who was fussing with the food around him.
Yeah, put down the food. What do you think?
Stop texting. We're talking to you.
Texting? What is this texting?
Look, I know the button's good, but come on, man. You gotta have an opinion.
Hey, I mean, if there's anything to come to the estate for, it's the mutton.
I don't disagree. That's why we came to the kitchen. We could have gone anywhere else. So, did you hear what we said?
Absolutely not. Wasn't listening at all.
We love you so much.
So she says she's going to. Her plan is to go address the town and tell them everything now, right now. And I suggested she clean up, do the whole noble regalia thing, and I'd be there in armor to give that counter to it. She thinks she wants to go up there fresh from the battlefield. I said it was important to have the symbol of nobility up there. So,
which she has capitulated to, and then we decided that you have run off to go and get my sizes, my measurements, which you already have. You don't need to take me.
Well, hold on. Is our town... I definitely have your measurements. I've done that numerous times.
Hey.
But,
have you?
But is our town more of a rugged worker type town? Yes. Or is it more of a noble like you actually look up to nobles? Because I feel like our town isn't that way. So if she's all cleaned up and
essentially
pretty
what
looking,
he's suggesting is, do I show up at the landslide that the queen had to show up for as the queen, or do I show up as oh my god, you poor people, you're one of me?
No, I think you should show up just in your armor, with the blood of the Hydra still on you. I don't think that I should go fit a gown for you. The people don't need to see you in your regalia showing that you're higher than them right now. They need to see you on their level. How else will they back you over those knights outside right now that are trying to run the show?
But, so, again, what Ash is suggesting is that he is my symbol of that. And that I am the...
He's also covered in Hydra blood.
Yes,
he is a symbol.
No blood. Yeah, not bloody. My question, though, is is how did Carowin's parents handle things when they addressed the town? And how did the town folks feel about them, Ben? Did they really care about them and love them and like seeing them do the noble thing, or did they, they're just above us?
It is well known that the Cadell girls have bucked every essence of being noble ladies as to their parents, or to David Cadell as possible, which it has been in the circle of nobility for a while. Watching nobility of the wealthier version of the people of the estate, that this has ruined some of the other relations to towns nearby, even Breckenvale. So their rough and tumble attitude kind of is the rugged aspect, what you assume, because now you're putting two and two together, that could be the problem with Wellshire. And it is, and Greyheim is a very high class, even though they are some of the most greatest heroes have hailed from there. This has been a town of defiance to the Dark Lady and her dread realm, that they are still very high court-like, very passionate about kings and queens and princesses and elves and all the fantasy jazz. Greyheim is that.
So this would be a way to give a nod towards accepting that and ingratiating ourselves even more with Greyheim too.
But we don't want to do that. If you do that, then Lady Carowin separates herself from the town. We want the town to back her, not back them.
But at the moment, you've brought Greyheim to your awareness, or Thulsa did.
That's the problem. Is right now Greyheim is coming to our rescue. We need to show that we don't need them to rescue us. Right. We need to show them that we have our own nobility. She's right
here. I feel like if we have her go out dressed to the nines, they're gonna see her taking a knee to them. They're gonna respect her less, not more.
To go back to the question that they had, Ben, because Carowin may have not noticed, cared, or otherwise, or was gone. Did the townsfolk react? The townsfolk specifically react to my father and his wife, and my mother on their high horse better, in their regalia, or did they react more when react more warmly if Dad was in his work clothes and was helping with harvest?
He didn't have any work clothes. Help harvest. What are you talking about?
It's a small town. You bet he did.
This is hard for you because you were really just bitchy about it. But you don't feel like this really you don't really feel like there's a lot of problem in town. A number of you, if you really think about your backgrounds right now, all of you, you can feel that there's a pulse with each of you. Like, you guys have the town. But what's kind of being brought to you by Ash, this is not about you losing the town. You have the town. The only thing you don't have in the town are the people who are betrayers, the traitors. That's who you don't know. Like, there are traitors in your ranks. You got discovered that some of your soldiers, you don't know how many of your militia are working for this order. You don't even know who they are. Like, you're still trying to find the full bad guy, and there are people in your town. The one person that you thought it was Powell's, but both of them now dead, and bad things are still happening, and they had something to do with setting the circle in the bottom of your basement, and somehow that got under your parents' notice, and also somehow the servants. Maybe they did something to told the servants they can't go down there, and the servants listened. You didn't do any investigation to what's going on with that. The town is not really against you, because most townspeople are going to follow if you provide protection and safety and basically ability to live regardless. Either you rule by fear or you rule by caring and providing. Each are going to be successful in their own way depending on how you wish to do it and your family. That was all done until Powell siphoned all your money to Breckenridge.
Right.
Now, they don't know that you can't provide either or, in however you wish to do it. So now you would probably have to do it by fear, because, and that doesn't mean to be scared, you have to do this or I'm going to kill you. It just could mean, like, if you don't work harder, we're all going to die now, because now we don't have any money, you know, and we've already got all the resources that we basically have, type of fear. Or, hey, things will get better because I am the Lady Cadell and I will find ways and this is what I'm about and I'm reaching out to Greyheim to do something like that. That could also be an option. So, you know the town is good because you know people of the town. Your people know people of the town. You built that. Your thing is what is going on outside the town for the people viewing you inside the town.
Right.
And your position right now is precarious because you've chosen to make it because you wanted to be a Greyheim rider in all essence. So what is in your town right now is something you actually kind of wanted to be. Balin has also been kind of like those type of heroes. Like, you guys are what Greyheim is about. You have that in your core blood. However, that's not what the nobles put you down here for, in a way. Like, they put your parents, they're supposed to be fine. When they didn't, this is how normally the hierarchy falls into place. And it's broken right now. And you didn't really expect to step up. Nobody expected you to step up and have to do with that role, but you're now in that role. And you can figure out that Greyheim has come down to figure out should you stay in that role. And this jackass of a knight, Sir Murray, could really destroy all that by him going back home to Greyheim pissed with you. So, to be honest, the way a lot of it goes, it's not really about the town. It's not really about his men. It's about him and what he says in his opinion when he goes back. He doesn't have to stay. It's when he goes back.
Like I said, it's not about just what you're telling the town. It's about the image you're selling Greyheim as well. Greyheim came here because of a lack of nobility. You're going to share with the town the very important news that they all need to know. They're gonna hear it, but Greyheim is now also going to hear it, and they're going to see how you did it. If you stand up there in battered, worn armor, they're like, "What? She's just a fighter. She's not a noble." If you stand up there wearing your at very least heraldry and appearance, they'll be like, "Oh, look, a noble stepping up and doing what she's supposed to do."
I do want to correct you a little bit, Art. They weren't sent. Greyheim did not send people down here with a lack of nobility. They sent people because there was too much nobility in Greyheim. So Wellshire was built to give the lesser noble houses a chance.
No, I'm saying that Greyheim came here today because the nobles were disposed. Like, there's a power vacuum. They came down here, and I'm saying, show them that there's power.
Yeah, because there is no other noble house that the Cadells could say, oh, let's say House Mshali or House Spire was actually true. Like, Ian's parents were part of a house that were all of a sudden you wish to elevate.
Right.
That was something you could have probably deflated, but it's not established. It's only House Cadell and House Cadell only. And you two have a reputation, Balin and Carowin, of not wanting to be ladies of the court. So that's a big already concern that happened way before the campaign began.
So, Ash, what do you think if I go halfway?
What do you mean by halfway?
What if I wear not quite court clothes and not quite my full armor, like halfway between both?
I think it's important that you put on... I think you have to remember this is what you're going to show, not just the town, but those Greyheim riders. I think if you don't do what's comfortable for you, it won't work.
Let's lean on fantasy for a moment and go warrior princess kind of a thing. Jen saying not Xena, not that kind of warrior princess, but something along the lines to appeal to the Greyheims in the sense of I'll look formal enough and enough armor and so on that our townsfolk will appreciate that I just spilt blood for them, regardless of the words I'm gonna say.
Okay, so something more like a commander-in-chief ceremonial show-off armor, something like that. Something to show that you're similar to being a knight like them.
Sure. I was thinking more like I don't know, like Yajaro, what do you think of my ball gown with, I don't know, my leather armor over top?
So I know that I have already made you a relatively regal outfit to wear with armor that does not include a gown because you are typically reluctant to wear a gown. And I think if you were to wear something like that you would show that you are not only the regalness that we all need to look up to, the nobility, but you are also on our level. You are also working with us. And I think that's how you'll get the town to back you. And also show that you are who you say you are to Greyheim.
Okay.
I agree with that.
And Shali shows up, but before he can answer, Balin, you find Mr. Farrington.
Well, hi. Who's live here?
Hello. Oh, you have my boy. And
Yeah, he made a surprise appearance.
he nods back. What are you doing? There are troops in the town. What are you two up to?
I want to know who these troops are. Specifically, a Lennox Murray fellow.
Oh, yes.
What do we know about him?
He's a good man. A good man.
Define your definition of good.
He's very about letter of the law. He wants to make sure things are safe. He's just a little old in his ways of things he's, had to encounter. He's had to fight for Greyheim. The White Elk are some of the purest, honest men that you basically find.
What are the chances of this guy knowing my dad?
Very high. Sir Lennox is indeed the leader of the White Elks. There are not many of them. They are a small band, so they are in service, many to the houses. I didn't tell you all this. You didn't really have a lot of interest in this courtly thing, but your Cadell house was sent there by the DeFry, House of DeFry. They're the ones that helped petition to Lord Haskett about building Wellshire.
Ben, a question for you.
Yes.
Is how many, would Lennox or any of these people remember me? Remember Philip having a kid?
Yeah, if he probably thought about it more in Korea, if you were to get more into it. You kind of have a feeling he seemed to know who Carolyn was. It didn't take him long to recognize her when your band approached. But you've got to also remember, you are of the low houses right now. Wellshire isn't... What basically now Mr. Farrington is telling you, you were a very low... House Cadell was a very low house, but it looked like they had prominence. You got your father, your uncle... had respect. They were good men who had served Greyheim. So they were kind of given a D, because this building Wellshire was an adventure. It was a prospect, but it wasn't guaranteed. So this whole thing could have changed in heartbeat, because it's out there for Greyheim. And also historically, Greyheim hasn't done this. The Wellshire, it's its first province that it's building out here. So this was kind of high risk. So they know of you, but you're just not, you got to understand in standing. He's somebody who talks to the Lord, probably sits in his court, talk about other matters of other towns and other things that are coming and going on. So he's probably put off, like you would be put off if I told you you have to go deal with the kitchen boy because he slapped the maid in the ass. That would be something that would be very upsetting for you to have to deal with. That's probably what Murray's is viewing this situation as. Instead of him dealing with something at Castle Azarian or Khazgoroth or Morheim or some of the bigger cities, he's dealing with a small province that had something going on.
Okay. Now I lost my train of thought. Larkin, what do you have to say?
He's so you're saying the Cadels have a higher house that sent him here? Yes, the Fry house. The Fry sent him because he liked Philip. He believed in him and David and thought David deserved a chance. And if anyone's going to carve out a niche in the realm of Alanis there, that Cadell could do so. So, that's part of what it's all about here.
So, the fact of them coming from Greyheim and wanting to be in charge of things, how much weight do I have if I tell them who I am?
Well, it depends, Balin, if you act like a lady and not like you. I'm sorry.
You do realize the reason I ask so masculine is the fact that the people I'm around are definitely not alphas. If I was around
I
other
didn't mean any
people,
offense to you. I'm just saying it works in the back alleys where I sent you. You're a gifted young woman. I totally understand that, and I praise that about you. But this was supposed to be your cousin's foray. She was the one that was supposed to stay in the dress and do all that stuff. But that was the one thing you didn't help her. You kind of got her going. Well, we lost her. That's right. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not turning you from anything. I'm just saying it's perception. Everything is about perception, Balin. So what can we do about it? We gotta have a move. What's our move? What's the society's move? Dear boy, the Greyheim militia here is no move for the Society of Oaths. We're here to give them information. What do you have for information? And what are you doing here? What information did you get? Now that you speak of it. Oh, that's bad. Well, they caught Jean-Francois. I got her out of House Breckenvale with Crane. You got caught, Balin?
I was an off day.
There? With him?
It was an off day for him too.
What did you tell him about anything? Did they torture you?
No, I mean, the guy tied me up. I don't know. I thought he was into me.
Balin, this is not the time to be deflecting things when we're talking about information from the Dread Order.
He didn't do anything to me. That's the thing. All he did was handcuff me.
What about Jean-Francois?
Do you see him here?
So he tortured him to death. He probably confessed. We are in very much danger, Balin. That's information that's more worrisome than Sir What's-His-Face. Where's Ian?
So, was
Balin?
trust increased?
Where's Ian?
Jail?
He's arrested in Beckenvale as well?
No, he's, in town, in jail.
Oh, no, not for that magic using thing that I heard the sheriff and them talking about.
You want to get mad at me? Get mad at that guy. He's in jail.
He's in our jail, not in Breckenvale. I would rather this situation with Ian than yours.
Well,
and you lost one of our agents.
I didn't lose him.
You're in charge, Balin.
When anyone takes a mission on their own and they separate, they are on their own. Francois was in a different room than I was when he was tortured. He knew the tactics to talk himself out of it, and clearly he didn't do a good enough job.
Oh, Balin. no one as silver-tongued as you are, for sure.
Well, I work really hard to roll high.
But we are... roll high. But you have to understand, we are in all danger now. If Jean-Francois told them, they'll know about me, they'll know about your Larkin, they'll know about Ian, and they'll come more with that. We had seeds to hide. What about our agents in Breckenvale?
So then what would Francois have to give that why he would give it up? I mean, the whole fact of our oath is we don't talk about shit.
I hope he did not talk about shit and died to his grave, if that's what you're saying.
Well, I don't know.
But we don't know. We're in danger now. And maybe you need to find out what they know. That is now your mission. Find out what Crane knows about us, and if we're in danger here, because we can't protect those Greyheim Knights and your cousin.
Why am I always getting her out of trouble? Why can't I...
Because you chose to work in the shadows in the streets. Your choice. You've said it yourself. You could have been married and had your feet pampered and, bear children. But no, that was not your way. That's how you told me. You are going to be a sensational thief of the night and picking the information. So you and Ian are going to be doing this in this town.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said bear children.
I know it upsets you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a glass of water. I'm sorry, Balin. I know how you feel about that.
Don't ever say that. Like. Anyway.
Now you have your mission. Find out.
All right. And one question, just between me and you. Did Magdalene really have a thing for Ian? Because I'm kind of curious about that.
Magdalene? I don't know. She doesn't talk to me. She's as irritating and as loudmouth as you are. I think I should really work more with men in the society of those than the women. But that was just between me and you. That was just between me.
Balin does go both ways with men and female names there, so you're not losing much.
The two of you could make good sense of just irritating anyone around you to confessing however you like.
I know, don't you love us?
I don't know why. Of all the riddles and the mystery of Alanis, my care for you is beyond saying, and I will try to figure out how to get Ian out of jail.
All right.
Shoo, go.
Fine. Dads, whatever.
Yeah. Man, you really riled him up, Balin.
When do I not?
You're right, about any time. All right, Amshali, you now arrive to the discussion going on.
I will quietly kind of slip in and wait until either somebody asks me a question or I hear enough of what's happening to want to chime in. But I will definitely. I'm not like hiding. I'm just kind of not interrupting whatever the conversation is.
Okay, you guys may continue. Are you done? You have a plan.
I will. However, while there's conversation, because we're in the kitchen, I'll use whatever wash basin there is. Take off my gloves, wash my hands.
Okay.
Clean up a little bit.
Charlotte, don't get too clean. I know how that sounds. I need you as fresh as you can from the battlefield. So get yourself comfortable, but not too clean, please. I will pamper myself and look pretty.
Mostly.
So are you changing to dress attire?
I am going to go upstairs and change. Before I do, though, I am going to... No, I will go straight upstairs and go change.
Okay.
What is the outfit you decided you were going to wear?
Not full court attire, what Yajaro said that he had made, that I was slightly ignoring / unaware of, because
Jeremy,
court clothes.
What you did?
Yeah, so basically think of like a clean blouse, almost like a fantasy pantsuit for a lady, right? So she'll have the blousey type pants, but they'll be like a khaki color or white, so they're clean. They show that she's noble. But when you continue to go up, she's going to be wearing her armor over a clean blouse. You know what I'm saying? She'll still have her weapon on her.
So you think it's like
something that I would have
Spanish
made for her because she doesn't like to wear dresses. Yeah. Yeah.
Fantasy Hillary Clinton, that should have gone over there.
All right, so the three of you are in the kitchen. Is there anything you wish to say while Lady Carolyn is not in your presence?
Our shoulders will be bare.
Shale will look very confused based on what little he heard and say, "What did I miss?"
Lady Carolyn is going to address the town as she's been putting off and put on, hopefully, get the town informed and comfortable, and at the same time make a great impression as a leader on the forces of Greyheim.
Oh,
two birds with
and I'll march up the stairs to make sure that I tell Lady Carolyn to put her combat greaves back on to show that her feet, her shoes are as dirty as the rest of ours because she's not walking on these clean floors doing nothing.
Okay. Are you doing this now or as soon as you get changed, or are you gonna do it at the
I'll open the door while she's changing. Hey, make sure you put your greaves back on.
He's seen it.
The fuck?
Balin is off somewhere going, "Oh, Carolyn's pissed."
What the fuck are you doing?
And I'll close the door.
Wait, no, you know what? Help me get in this shit. Tie this.
That's
tie this.
All right, you're off to work.
Probably more like, how does this go on?
Then all of a sudden it's like, "Oh, Carolyn's happy now."
Happy? Happy is a stretch.
Okay, are you guys doing this now, or like after you get dressed? Are you calling for the town, or are you waiting till when Lennox said?
This
is happening tonight, not tomorrow.
Right now, before tomorrow.
Okay, so again, but the people don't know, so you're gonna have to. Who's gonna gather the people?
That's right. We're gonna have to go gather the people. We'll go gather the people.
Ash can have the other priests also gather the people.
Yeah.
Right?
And Shale, me, the other priest, will spread the word.
Okay. All right. So it's a couple hours to do so.
Actually, I will make a point of being the one to go to the Greyheim camp to let them know what's going on.
Okay.
Do we want them to...
They're going to see a town assembling. They need to know what's going on.
You run into one of the knights. He goes, "Yes, priest."
I would like to deliver a message to Samuri before he sees things starting to happen in the town without his knowledge.
Happening in the town?
Well, Lady Carolyn is going to address the town and wishes to share some of the information that she's been trying to tell the town before now, tonight.
She's going to stir up a mob.
Nope, she's not going to stir up a mob. It's not a mob. It's not going to be a demonstration, a riot. It's letting people know what's been going on. And we don't want... Well, I'm not at liberty to discuss that with you, but if Sir Lennox would like to know firsthand, I would share it with him. And
sounds like you're going to... Yeah, if you're going to stir up a mob, he wants to know. Come on.
Stirring up a mob.
All right. He's in his tent. He's got his helm off now, and his breastplate. But he's got his greaves and stuff, and he's sitting it there. He's eating, and goes, "Yes, priest."
I wanted to let you know that, contrary to what your guard would tell you, there's not going to be a mob start up in town. Lady Carolyn is taking the opportunity to address the townsfolk about current events going on. A normal, noble addressing the people, not a mob, not inspiring people to rise up. We don't want you to think that anything untoward is happening. So that's why I'm here to tell you. You're by all means welcome to come and see what she has to say, but we would appreciate it if she were given the opportunity to speak and share what was going on, and would give you some insight as to what has been going on here.
This has your blessings, priest?
It does indeed.
So you're going to tell the people that the stewards have sacrificed somewhat themselves to make a ritual blood that is bringing monsters into their town to consume them.
Ash will look like, okay, all right, yeah, you got me. I'll look at a chair and say, may I sit, and we just speak more plainly?
Yes, yeah, sure.
That is what we've been. I sit down and I sit at ease. I say, well, that's been what has been discussed for a long time, that the folks need to know that there's a danger brought to the town. We had a manticore fly right into town, make its way right up to the gates of the house.
I've heard reports.
People are starting to ask questions.
Right. Your lady.
Yeah.
Seems a bit quick to speak. Seems to have lost the silver spoon tone, as they say to nobility. So you think
she has been reluctant to it.
You're the faith of the people, priest. So you want this woman, this lady, to stand in front of everyone else and just say whatever the hell's on her mind. And you're going to hope every single townsmember in this town are going to stay here and provide you with the resources that you need just because she's got her little panties in a bunch.
Well, I have more faith in her than that, and I will stand there with her to guide her words and help her tell the folks what they need. But you can't leave a town in shadow. You've got to reveal the threats available to them so they know what to fight for. Everybody here in Wellshire wants to see the betterment of Wellshire.
May I call you Ash?
You may be.
Ash, I know that woman is a fighter. I can see it in her eyes, in her posture, the weapon at her hip. I know she fights. She's a Cadell. She's got Greyhound blood in her. I know that. I ain't got a problem with that. I got a problem with how she's running the town and what's happening here. And you're about to let her go free, out of control. I'm trying to bring you control, priest. Ash. I'm trying to bring you the dignity and the refinement of the Greyheim court. And you're about to let this woman just speak whatever she feels like because she don't know what's going on. That's coming out of your marshal's mouth. Now I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and I'm about to put a better spin on it. I will give you troops if you need it. I am willing to put my life and my sword of my men here for your people. Our people. That's what I'm here for. What I don't need is having everything going around loose cannon-like. Is that understood? Does that make sense to you?
Can I get an insight check and see if he's being
Absolutely
earnest with me?
Absolutely. What is your do you have a passive insight?
Passive insight 17.
This man is definitely an etiquette defined individual, and you have a feeling he's got a lot of Thulsa vibes to him. Like he's someone who cares about duty and responsibility, but he doesn't like people, and you can kind of tell because you've known the military types. He doesn't quite like people just doing whatever. Like he's a person who's used to command and people following in line. People who don't fall in line seem to, burn his a lot.
All right. I understand where you're coming from. So the crowd is being summoned. Perhaps I can convince her to just address the town and say, you are here to help us. There's no danger to aid you in any way. Then you can come in tomorrow and begin your investigation.
Well, we've started, Ash. I'm concerned about the stewards and what they've done. But before I do a lot, I would like to do an investigation of this magic circle. What is this magic circle?
It's a summoning circle of some sort. It's created by demonic magic.
Daemon.
Seems to draw demonic magic.
The devils.
Devils.
What kind of devils?
I don't speak the tongue of the fiends, so I don't know their names. I can just tell it from the arcane markings.
How do you know it's devil magic then?
All right. All cards are on the table. Our friends outside of town, that the centaur, the Haragon, and one elf, were sent to assist us as well. The elf Bernhardt. Actually, I don't think it was Bernhardt. Hold on, let me look at my notes.
They're from Misa.
They're not from Misa. They are from the Fey realm itself.
Excuse me, they're from where?
They are from another plane of existence.
You sure they're not devils?
They are most definitely not devils.
How do you know?
I've dealt with their kind. I've read their writings on them. I've seen their skills. They are elves, centaur, Haragon, and a satyr. They are from the Fey realms. I've spoken with one of these extraplanar entities. She was not a being of evil. I would not have stood and spoken with another being of evil. They sent one of their knights to find out what was going on here. And as I sit with you across the table to ask and hope for cooperation and help, I did with them, was able to get these individuals to help us out. A small unit as it is.
I don't really never heard of Fae before, but you're a priest. And I said I want to work in cooperation with you, Ash.
At your leisure, we can sit and speak of the outer planes. I just need your faith in this, that a priest of Cross, and I grasp my holy symbol, would not cavort willingly with beings of evil.
I know.
I'm here to protect people.
I do. Having you here, I had you sitting across me. Your words weigh into my judgment. I believe that. Now we have to figure out how this all happened. But you do got to know that there are known history of things of the devils coming in, appearing to be things of alluring beings to
I've been told the story.
sway our nobility. So we can't have that happen.
I've heard the stories.
Okay. Well, I'm here to stop.
That's what we need. How would you like to proceed from here?
Well, I don't want the town all riled up until I understand that circle, because I've seen what people will do when they know about people wielding magic.
Understood. Absolutely.
Now, is this elf from this Fey realm? The half-blood jail.
Oh, he's not. He's from here. The half-blood Tyros is not from the Fey realm.
Is he?
Tyros is from here.
Is he one of the special elves?
What do you mean by special? That came to help?
Yes.
No, he is a woodsman and a druid. Friends with one of the guards in town here. I believe they have a romantic link, or a hopeful one. And he came willingly to help and try and be a helpful person, and has been.
Do you know more of his story besides coming from the woods?
He's been tight-lipped about that. I'll be honest. It's a concern, but his actions are ones of he's helped. He's helped heal. He's helped fight.
He's romantically involved with someone in this town?
I don't know if he's involved, but he's interested, I think.
Who is he interested in?
I don't recall her name, and that's honestly, I don't.
Where is she? What is she a part of?
I believe she is one of the. Shit, I'm drawing a blank. What's Lee's group? Foxes.
The Foxes. I see.
I think. There's a lot to keep track of.
Which one is it? Brit or Liv?
I think Brit.
Okay. We'll look into that a little bit more. Alright, now about your entertainer. Why did Thulsa have him arrested?
I don't know what happened there. All I know is there was something about casting magic, and everybody knows that bards use magic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dumb bards do. Smart ones don't.
I'm not going to dispute that.
Is he full bard? He doesn't dabble
As
in
best
black
I know.
magic?
I've never seen any black magic from him. All his magic has been the magic of music.
Do you trust him?
I do.
You would vouch for him?
I will.
Cavalier! The knight comes in. Yes, my liege. The one they call Ian Spire, the one that was arrested, the magic user. You may release him. As you will, my liege. What about the half-blood? Yes, let him go too. But find me that Mshali guy. I'll have need of him. Will be done, my liege. He leaves.
So I assume you would like the gathering today to not happen or
Correct.
be redirected.
If she wants to talk to the people to announce that our arrival and why, I think that would be fine. But I am going to test you, Ash, to how much control and constraint you can put on your lady. If she does not show that, I'm going to have to take different matters come tomorrow.
I'm not one to control others.
You're a priest.
I'm a protector.
Yes, you're a priest that needs to watch the town and his flock. Your flock is about to have a very loud sheep calling for the wolves. Now either you get that sheep in line, or the wolves are coming. You're the priest of this town, and I will deem it you're the high priest of this town. Get the sheep in order.
I will take your release of Ian and Tyros as good faith as it is, and I will do everything I can to show you that it was worth it.
Thank you, High Father Ash. I hope that their release does prove my faith in you, that I do also believe in Cross and the meaning behind what he stands for.
Well, then may Cross watch you in your duties. I will attempt to do as you asked. And I give him a low bow, not a totally formal one, and turn to leave.
Okay.
Probably what I do when I leave the fucking tent, too. God damn.
All right.
2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Welcome to the Lannis.
Oh, I've been here before.
In
I've been
passing,
here before.
I'll say in passing, because there is a knight a little ahead. As you're sitting in the town, there's a knock on the door. Basically, guards let him in. A knight comes in and goes, I'm looking for the Mshali, the leader of the Foxes. And the guard points. He's over there. Mshali?
I'll present myself.
Well met.
Well met.
Sir Murray has need of you.
Excellent. Lead the way.
All right, so the two of you leave. As you're heading toward the tent.
As we're going, I was going to say, as we're going, I will try to make small talk, ask him his name.
Okay. He goes, Cadvalar.
Well met.
Sir Rogard, if you wish.
Well met, sir. I'm Shali of the Foxes, as you know, and my family was originally of the traveling peoples from the mountains. We settled here years ago. I grew up here in this town.
Oh. You're of the steppe tribes.
Yes.
Brave men.
We are. Several of the Foxes, including some of those who were recently lost, came from the tribes as well.
Did you ever travel to the Fang?
I am confident my people have done so. I might have been too young to recall. But we've traveled far and wide. I was very young when I got here, so I don't remember much other than being on the road before here.
At that moment, Ash is stomping by you like he's furious with something.
Ash?
Not furious, frustrated, like.
Frustrated.
I look at Chalet and I say, he's a good man. Trust him. He will help us.
Excellent.
And I'll keep on going. To the state house. Straight to the estate house.
Okay. As you continue walking, he goes, Rogard goes, you don't trust Sir Murray?
My friend, these have been trying times, as I'm sure you can imagine. Your group wouldn't be here if it weren't. I mean, the people of the steppes. It's rare that they seek outsiders for help. Wellshire is founded by people who want to be better, that want to survive, do things on their own, grow, build strength. What we have here is what we of Wellshire have built. To have others come in because we're in an hour of need, it's difficult. Ash is merely letting me know that I have to rise above those difficulties to do my duty. And that's welcome news.
Yeah, your people are used to going on instinct. But Sir Murray's good is good folk. He comes from the old Williams line.
I know of these Williams.
Yeah.
I've heard their tales.
I mean, it's a long diluted bloodline, but they say his tree goes back that far.
When one's roots reach the wells of heroism, that always comes through in every branch, in every leaf, in the sunlight that they convert into strength, even in the shade they cast to make evil difficult. Heroism is what formed them.
Yeah. All right, you're moving forward. At the cell, all of a sudden there are a number of them. As the door opens up, a couple knights come in. And one goes, Breville, let him go. Excuse me, Gunter. What did you say? Sir Murray wants to let him go. I didn't know why. The priest went in there, and then he made the command. The priest went in there, and he's telling us to let them go. They're mages. Gunter, I don't fucking make the rules. I just do what I'm told. And you best know that you better do what you're told, or you know what Murray's gonna make you do. What the fuck? Both of them? Yeah, and the half-blood too, I asked. Fine. With that, he takes the gags out of your mouth, Ian. And he opens the cell, lets the gag out of your mouth, and starts unhooking your hands. When you're free, he moves over to Tyros, takes the thing out of your mouth, and unhooks your hands, and opens the door with a wide guess. Be like, you may leave.
It's safe to assume they took our stuff, right? Before they put us in there?
It's on the table, yeah, but they're obviously letting you take it.
Okay. Is that lantern still on the table?
It is. I'm going to say, no, it isn't.
No?
Wait a minute. No, I'm going to say it is. There's no way that guy would have known if it was something revealed.
Then can I grab that while I'm grabbing my stuff?
Yeah, you can grab everything.
Alright, I'm going to grab the lantern and all my stuff. And I'll grab Tyros and I'll be like, let's go. I think we need to go talk to Lady Carowin.
I'll grab all my stuff and give both the knights one of these on the way out.
I'm going to grab your hand and slam it down next to you and be like, they let us go. We need to leave.
All right.
You guys are
You probably can beat me up, but we're leaving. We're not doing anything.
All right, you're free to go, and you're heading to the estate house? Carowin's house?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to swing by the tavern and pick my actual stuff up that I dropped off there first.
Okay.
And then I'll head there.
Oops. So, Tyros, you're following him?
I'll stick with you.
Okay.
Okay.
As you get to the tavern. Everyone, a couple of people in the town go, Ian! Hey! You see Gloss, the little halfling, and Frockle over there. I heard you got arrested!
Yep, we did. But as you can see, we're out.
What'd you do?
Everything's good. Huh?
What did you do?
I was told I'm not allowed to talk about it right now. But
Hey!
as I am.
Ian, we're old friends. Come on.
I understand we're old friends.
We're
I
here
also
to help
understand
you
you
out.
probably have a big mouth, so no.
Gloss, big mouth. Me?
Yeah, you.
Me? Ian.
Yeah, twice the size of your body. Let's go.
Ian, come on. Did you guys kill the steward?
What?
That's the
No.
rumor. The steward went in with you guys, and he came out in a box.
No. As much as he was a prick, and he was just an evil little person, I would never do that to him.
Frocko goes, he killed him. All right. Damn, Ian, I can't believe you killed the steward.
You know, if that rumor gets around town, I'm going to end back up in jail. And if I end back up in jail, I'm making sure you're coming with me.
Frocko, Ian, I didn't kill the steward. We were just wanting to know. We're here to help you out.
Mm-hmm, yes, and somehow I feel that your big mouth is going to end me back up in jail.
Your mom comes and goes, oh, you two, shut up and leave him alone.
Thanks,
She
Mom.
pulls you aside. Who's the one next to you?
Mommy to the rescue.
That's Tyros. He's a woodsman
Is he
thing.
He looks like he's starving. Should I feed him?
Probably.
Okay. She looks over and they quickly get a plate of stew for you, Tyros. As apparently Mommy Spire is talking to Ian.
Alright, I'll take a plate of stew. I appreciate that.
While you're eating, he goes, Ian, son.
Yes.
What in the world are you doing?
Stuff well above my pay grade. I'm in way too deep to back out now. And the town is quite literally going to hell.
What did you do?
It wasn't me this time.
Did you have an affair with the lady of the estate?
No. That might be Yanjiro, though. That might be Yanjiro.
Yujiro, you're covering up for Yujiro having an affair with the lady of the state?
There's a possibility, and I would appreciate it if you don't bring that rumor around town.
Guas goes,
at least for 3 or 4 days.
Shit, the tailor's having an affair with the lady of the estate? I did not say that, Guas. You shut the hell up right now. My son is not involved. Holy Lord, there's a lot of stuff going on in this town I didn't even know of. That's what Brackle says.
But, I think I'm here to pick up some stuff, and then I need to go.
Are you leaving town?
No.
Okay,
I need to go probably find Ash, and then see what transpired while I was arrested.
Oh, Holy Cross, please forgive him in his confession to the crimes that my son has committed again. Oh, well...
Yeah, Cross and all his holiness, thank you. Okay.
Well, may Tyr have blessings on the justice. Anya, and if you need anything, I'll bail you out. I'll put the money up. Please, just don't...
No, I'm good.
Don't follow Yujiro. You know he gets into trouble. He can't...
I know, but he's kind of like a brother to me, and I had to stick with him, so...
You don't have to be his wingman every time he wants to pick up a young woman, and now he's aiming for the lady of the estate?
He's tired of being a tailor. He probably wants to move up in society. Is that so wrong?
Well, but you don't have to get yourself arrested because of it if they're not following suit.
No, I got arrested for another reason.
If her father finds out of what Yujiro and you were up to, oh my God, you'll be cleaning stables for the rest of your life, and you'll never be the singer I want you to be. Oh.
I know, but unfortunately, you don't have to worry about the father right now. Trust me when I say the town is quite literally going to hell. So I'm going to go get my stuff, and then I got to go find Ash and Lady Carowin.
Okay, you leave your mother confused.
I always do. Bye.
Tyr should quickly finish your bowl and follow.
Yeah, might as well stick together. Scooby-Doo rules.
Scooby-Doo rules. All right, Ash, you are back at the estate.
Alright, so I go...
Just before you arrive, just before you get to the door, Balin shows up.
Okay.
With you.
Hey, Balin, why don't you come with me? Please.
Okay.
What have you figured out before we go see your cousin?
Well... The Murray guy, I guess, is to be trusted. I don't believe it, but apparently he is.
He is. I'll vouch.
All right. Well, he knows my father. I know that didn't expect that to happen. And I might have to take another trip back to Breckenvale.
Okay. Well, I've just vouched for Ian and Tyros to get them out of jail. I'm not going to say anything about your society. You've just got to make sure you're careful about things so that these folks don't get wind of it.
Well, Ian might also have to come with me.
How about this? Tomorrow at noon, you, Ian, anybody else, and especially Magdalene. Magdalene's a new problem. I did not know she was an arcane mage. Is she a member of a circle?
I mean, she's in some kind of shape.
All right. I have another.
Larkin goes. Ash, she is a circle. I don't know why she's talking like that.
Okay, fine. I get it. I understand. These are different problems that we'll discuss another time, okay? In a good way, because I want to help defend things like you do. Mm-hmm. So, not tonight, though. Okay?
Yeah, I'm too tired. It's too much. It's been a day.
It's not over yet. Trust me. Let's go find Carolyn.
Okay. Oh, I need a nap.
All right, so you guys go upstairs. Carolyn and Yujiro are over there.
So I'm polite and I knock and ask if she's finished dressing.
Yeah, you can come in, Ash. She's all laced up. She's ready to go.
Put the final touches on it.
She's not even there, so.
Yeah, I'm here. I can listen. I have the Bluetooth.
All right. So I walk in. You're probably seeing Ash a little bit more disheveled, more concerned, more confused than you've ever really seen him. So I just had a wonderful conversation, and I'm not joking, wonderful, with Sir Murray. He asked me if I trusted Ian, and he asked me if I trusted Tyros. I told him yes, and he released them on my word. He earnestly wants to come here and help and give us some stability and figure out. He knows about the magic circle, so he knows enough that there's no point in trying to hide things from him. He definitely has been informed by whatever Thulsa told him. He does not want you to tell the town what is going on. He's concerned that it will scare people and drive them away. And he would like for you to tell them instead that everything's fine, that the Knights of Greyheim are not here as a threat, they're here to help. Yeah, I know it's the exact opposite of what we've been saying. I know it's the exact opposite of what you're doing.
I honestly was going to leverage the fact that they were here to say everything is grand and they're here to help. But I cannot see lying to the folk, lying to the good people about the danger they could be in. I mean, we've aside from one creature, we have kept the threat at bay outside of town, but there's only so much we can do. One almost slipped in, and if we aren't careful, people are going to die. And I feel that those people, I feel that the people deserve the choice that if they want to leave, they can. But go ahead, Ash.
Yeah, no. He actually had very good points about that. That if you just go tell them that we have monsters at our door, they're likely just going to bolt. But if we actually take a little bit more time with him and his knights and try and figure this out, at that point we might be able to give assurances to the townsfolk rather than faith that we can do it. We can show them that we can do it. We'll have these knights here to help us. We'll have more resources than we currently have. He is concerned that if you go off talking about these things to the town, that it will hamper his abilities to try and bring order back to the town. He doesn't want to unseat you. He wants to stabilize.
Does he understand what that means? I don't want to.
I think he does.
Should I let me ask you this question, Ash? Obviously, I was earlier fresh from the battlefield and half cocked because adrenaline and, fighting. Should I, now that I have composed myself, have a conversation with him prior to the town? Your opinion.
I don't know that it makes any difference. I've come here with what he wanted of you. If you want to, you could.
I mean, we've already called the town. I don't know. Here's the hard part. We've already called the town, right? We've already said we're going to make an announcement of some sort.
You just shift what the announcement's about. The Riders of Greyheim are here to help us figure out what's going on. They're here for our support. They're here for our help. Please help them in any way possible. Give them your hospitality. Show them what the people of Wellshire are about, that we're a good, hardy people, that while we're in the woods, I'm running out of words there. I need a little bit more time to come up with stuff.
No, that's my job.
Carolyn,
extend every courtesy.
Hey, Carolyn. This guy knows my dad. My dad is, pretty on the mark and a very honest guy. I think you should believe what this guy's saying. And instead of freaking out the town, and we all know I'm a fan of chaos. I'm all about it. But why don't you tell the town that, they're here to help us get a step ahead of any issue, that we thought of the fact of being 3 steps ahead of any trouble, so that way it keeps the town safe. You're not lying, but you're not telling them the truth. Take a lesson from me.
So, but at the same time, you know as well as I do that we are also dealing with people who are loyal to those bastards. To the steward and his son and, their cronies. The Powells have controlled this place for how long? So they have to have cronies in town. So how do I appeal to the town and not let on to the cronies of the Powells? I don't know, that we're on to them.
What's wrong with doing both? Tell the town that we've got protection and we're ahead of the game, and then watch to see whoever makes any weird movements. We have these knights now that can help us. Me and Larkin can go throughout the crowd. Technically, the knights don't even know I'm here, so do both.
Anyone who's a crony of the Powells will attempt to go gain favor with them and try to undermine you. And I don't think that's going to work with this guy.
Okay.
I wouldn't even address the fact of the stewards and the steward's son. Just that things have been crazy. Things have been crazy. We have our friends from the Fey realm. We have our friends from Greyheim. They're all here to help.
So don't mention the fact that at least once a week we've been all running off to and come back bloody with missing people.
That's my everyday. What's the difference?
But that's just us defending the town. That's just us fighting off. We don't need to tell them about the magic circle in the basement and the blood sacrifice and your parents being... We don't... That'll scare the populace. We just need to tell them that threats have risen and Greyheim is here and the Fae are here and they will help us, and we're going to need to ask more from everybody than we did before.
This is a rarity, but I actually agree with Ash.
I think I actually agree with Ash as well.
You're not doing anything wrong in the sense of telling them that they're being protected. That is the underlining thing of what you want to do. What everyone here wants to do is to not let people die. So where is the problem with that?
No, you're right.
And you want them to know that their safety is top priority for you.
And I will still stand beside you and show that the faith of Cross is on your side and that their protection is paramount.
You know, as much as it's gonna suck, one of the things I've learned over time was if you really want to be a leader, you kind of have to take on extra roles that you don't tell anybody about. That's how you make things go.
Okay. I am on it. I will be the lapdog.
Don't limit it as being a lapdog. Think of it, you're taking on, a role in this really awesome play that just happens to be live action and people might die, but that's beside the point.
I don't think you're being a lapdog. I think he has wisdom in his actions and his statements. I think by doing that, you're doing what's right for the people.
Sometimes being a leader is doing things you don't want to do. Unfortunately, this is one of them.
You keep saying that L word, Balin. I didn't want this. I didn't ask for this. I ran away from this.
And you came back.
And took it on better than anyone could have ever hoped. For someone who ran away from it so fiercely, you have grabbed hold of it and made it your own and done it your own way. None of us would be here if you weren't doing what we thought was right and what we thought needed to be done. We're all here because you're doing it right. You might need our support, but you're doing it right.
I'll peek out the door. Where is Thulsa? Can he hear this? Where the...
For what it's worth, this might be a blessing in disguise. Thulsa is a man of law and order, and he got another man of law and order to come here and help settle law and order. Thulsa's also a good man. He might be a pain sometimes. We've known him forever. We've all known him forever. But he's a good guy. He wants the best for everyone.
I just wish Thulsa could see into the gray a little bit more than he does to the black and white.
His job
Maybe
is black and white.
Maybe he sees into the gray more than we think he does.
His job isn't to see into the gray. There are others whose job is to see and live in the gray.
Yes, like us. Well, not you, Ash, but the rest of us.
All right.
Okay. I can make the announcement that you guys want me to make. I can make the announcement that Greyheim wants me to make. I don't want this to bite us in the ass. And honestly, to that end, Yajaro, could you please, before I make my announcement, could you please check on the circle?
Absolutely.
We were busy earlier.
Yajiro, will check on the circle.
I have a question. Where the hell is Thomas?
Where is Tomas?
Damn it.
Damn it, Thomas.
I had to have a cup.
Oh, it's tough too. Shit. Inspiration right there.
No, Tomas, we noticed a while ago he kind of ran away, but then we got, or disappeared, but then we got involved in monsters, and I don't remember what happened. My poor brother.
Your poor brother.
Seriously though, where is Thomas?
You just have player characters around you, so that's a question they have to answer, not me.
Anyone?
Nope.
Is M. Shalai with us?
No.
No, he's not.
Okay.
While you sit there and think about that, I'll let you debate it in chat.
I'm gonna head down to look at the circle.
All right. Mshala, you are brought to Mr. Murray. Mshala,
Sure.
please sit.
I'll take a seat.
You can be at ease. I know you're trying to follow your military regiment, but you're a fox and a scout, I'm hearing of the tribe's people, so you do not need to follow such rigorous conditions.
Thank you. I always want to make sure my Lady Carolyn and the Cadells look good, and I was afraid that me being anything other than what I was showing would reflect poorly. And Lady Carolyn has put a lot of trust in me and a lot of faith in me, and
You performed well.
I don't want to let her down.
You didn't. You performed well, which is why I felt confident in having your foxes do the roles they're doing. I have a certain situation, though, that I am now calling upon you and your expertise.
Of course.
I will try to be polite as possible to this matter. I know you're sensitive to what I imagine are your comrades and friends, depending on how long they've lived here, but your high priest there, has telling me that this half-blood, Tyros, is not of your town.
He's not. But he has proven himself for our town.
Is that because he's involved with your Brit of your foxes?
No. And while Brit can be very defensive of him, I can say outside of that, he has done a great job caring for the natural environment, the animals in the area. He has, on many occasions, let us know when things are awry, helped us when times were lean. More recently, and most importantly, as we've fought these evils from far away that have come because of the treachery of the steward, he's fought alongside us. He's bled alongside us. He's done everything in his power to protect this town. And as someone who came from a place that's not considered civilized, I recognized his challenges. When I was younger, I had similar challenges. Knowing when one should stand down or break out is a challenge for the most seasoned person.
Where does he come from?
As near as I know, he comes from the surrounding area. He's kind of always been here. I don't know if one parent of his met someone from town and he's the result, or whether there was travel involved. I couldn't tell you that. But as I said, for as long as I've been in town and known of him, he's been good for this town. I would trust him with my life, and I have.
Is he a ranger? You will have his ability to talk about.
I would probably refer to him more as a steward of the forest, a druid, if you will.
Did you say a druid?
I do.
You do not think that was really important?
Ben,
you asked me to relax and be myself, and I think I can now, and I will. With all the treachery that has happened, I was not trusting of people I didn't know. So there were things that I held back on when we first met until I could make sure that I could trust you. The word of Ash, the word of just speaking with your men as they talked of you, your trust in me when I gave probably not enough reason to be trusted tells me more about you than I probably would ever be able to find if I were a learned man and researched and all of that.
What do you know of druids, Mumshali?
I know that their powers can be great and terrible if angered or if corrupted. But I also know that in a world that has so much evil in it, there are those who are here to bring back good to the land. I trust that he's one of those.
Well, you say you're a learned man, Shall you're trying to be. I am educated.
I respect learned men. I'm not educated by anything more than bushcraft and my friendship with a group that is of wide skills and abilities. But I try to pay attention and learn things.
Well, I went to the Greyheim Academy as well as the Academy of Kazgorov. And the thing about druids is, yes, they are a people that wish to do great things for the land. They try very, very hard. But that's the problem. They're trying too hard. The land doesn't like them. And as much as they think they're going to get things done, they can never, ever get things done. As long as the land is in the hands of the Dark Lady, the Queen will punish those that try to give the land its cleansing. If he wishes to bathe it, he's probably bringing the wolves to your dinner table, boy. That's kind of what I want. That's what I want you to be aware of.
I am, and I watch my friends to protect them from threats outside and also from inside. So well, I appreciate you.
He's bringing you your town attention just by being. That's what you got to understand. And if this circle of magic that is underneath this estate that I have yet to decide to check out, they're gonna blame him. Now, obviously, he don't have nothing to do with it, but people will come up with their own conclusions. And druidic magic is just not common. Nobody tries to clean a land that hates it. The land that spits up the dead that you bury, that's what you want the people to believe in this man that you call friend is pure and good for your town. The land that can be continual fog and never warms enough, that's what this man is a part of. Now again, I understand that he fought by your side and he's probably bled for you. I didn't judge him on that. The tales that I have learned are from people who did the same. But what I'm trying to tell you is the rabble of these people that I know that are part of your workforce and your lifeblood are quick to become a mad mob when it comes to stringing people up. That is why there are nobility. That is why there is military order. And that's why you've been taught. But when you do not see the outfringes of what your friends are a part of, if you do not keep them close and you put them in circles, that the people can realize that they have a leash around their neck, false or true otherwise, you, when you are not looking, have the risk of that person dangling from a tree or down a well. Now, I imagine you are smart people because you call yourself foxes. And you are the scouts in the eyes and the bloods of this town. So I need you to make it your personal effort that you take this half-blood and you educate him pronto. You do not let him out of your sight. Keep him close. If you're going to befriend him, you best try to figure ways to keep that boy alive, because I saw in his impulses that he was about to make me have to put him down. For an example. And you must understand, order and control are more paramount than leniency and chaos.
I do understand, sir.
I hope you do.
If I can, there's more information I have that I must divulge to you.
Go ahead.
Caspin Crow of Breckenvale. He is the contact with the Dread Order that the steward and the steward's son gave me.
How do you know he's Dread Order?
I don't know specifically that he is. I know that the steward's son believes he is.
Do you know
so
what the
much
Dread
so
Order is?
That I am told that they're an evil group that clearly has magic, and I only say that because of the other part of the story. When cornered and forced to tell us who his contacts were, he gave up that name, but he was so afraid that he took a poison and took his own life because he's more afraid of Catherine Crow and what he could do to him than what death would bring him. More importantly, there's a special magical lantern that illuminated a magical tattoo that moved about, that of a spider that moved and tried to hide from the magical light. There were also 2 guards that were actually, or jailers, that were part of this group. I know one of their names, Zane. I'll describe, and I can describe the other.
Hold on now, before you get too far ahead of yourself. You're telling me you have a lantern that revealed a spider on these men?
That is correct.
Are you aware of alliances of the towns and cities that you call this place your home?
I'm aware that we're under the protection of Greyheim and under the direction.
What do you know of Drow?
I know that the underground elven people have long since fought, and they are the hereditary enemies of the founders of Greyheim. I personally have never met or dealt with them, but I know that I have heard that where they come from and their home city is a place of great evil and an enemy of all of us who live here on the surface.
Yes. There is a unholy temple in the place they call Ashen City. Are you familiar with that is?
I am not, but my plan once we resolve these immediate matters is to get familiar with it.
Well,
the steward's last actions before he fell to his own machinations was to have my parents kidnapped and taken there.
Boy, if they are in Ashen City, there's no way you're getting them unless you know of a great paladin of Tyr. Ashen City is the home of the Dark Lady. It is her central place of worship. There are more of her priests there than any other place in the realm. The order of poison, deceit, all that resides in Ashen City. Their agents come from there. That is their home. We have been fighting with Ashen City in a dark conspiracy war since before your people ever even decided to move from one of their parts to another in this plane. Before Wellshire was even a spot on the realm, we have been fighting against Ashen City. The Dark Elves have made a nest in there with thick webs bigger than anything you can imagine underground. To go in there, you'd be lost. To try to figure their ways, not a chance. The stories is the devils and demons walk with the people. Murder, greed, corruption, all that is prevalent in that street. You can't find your parents unless the gods will your way there. Now you have a priest. He may be your salvation to that. But you better find a lot more direction of what's going on in that regard if he's going to get there. And most of the time it's not just by the priest. If this land has its way, you're going to need a paladin. No ifs, ands, buts about it. I'm sorry.
You owe me no apologies. What you told me is the tools I will need to begin that task.
Well, your first task
And
is
while
in
I
this
may
town.
absolutely, I thank you for the information. Zane is a squirrely individual, a bit fidgety when he thinks he's cornered, but he stands about 5'7", strong build, dark hair, thin, long mustache, not well shaven, but rarely a bushy beard.
Are
He does have
your messengers trustworthy?
The foxes? Yes.
No. The
Our
messengers.
couriers?
Yes.
I have never had a problem where I could not trust them, but given the light of the treachery that has been revealed in the past couple of weeks, I could not wholesale vouch for all of them directly. I would think Ash may have to confirm any individual courier's trustworthiness. I would think that myself, perhaps a few of our close friends, might be able to select a few specific candidates that are our best bet for this trustworthiness, but I would certainly feel more comfortable if Ash cleared them afterwards.
Where is this lantern?
It was in the jail cell where you had the others kept.
Okay.
We kept it quiet because we didn't want it to either be taken by the enemies or go away. So I can go immediately to try to retrieve it.
How persuasive are you with your friends in this town? Especially the lady.
Lady Carolyn, sometimes she trusts me. If she feels that I have her best interest in heart or the best interest of the town, she may listen to me, but I don't have any great influence over her. I don't control her. Lady Balin is a good close friend of mine. I fear we sometimes grow apart, but
Her cousin.
she trusts me. Yes.
Her cousin is wild. She's a problem. But you need to fix things. You seem to have a military mind. You do not fall in order when things happened. The priest is going to try to keep your people believing in things. I like him. As I told
good
him,
man.
your lady has my respect. I know she's a fighter. I know she has Greyheim blood in her. That's what she wants to do. She wants to fight. But that's not what I need her to be. I need you to work through her cousin to get her to take this letter. It is sealed. You do not open it. Back to Greyheim. I want you to take your retinue. All those that could be threatened by this dread order. I'm going to buy you time. Does that make sense to you, M. Shali?
So we take the letter, convince everybody, including Lady Carolyn, to go to Greyheim with this letter.
Yes. This letter tells a lot of events that are going on, and will put you in a better situation upon your return. I need to find this lantern and see what I can do about finding your spiders. But I need to do that without you riling people up.
I'll make that happen.
What I give you is not an easy task, Shali. Your lady's a tiger, and she wants to bite. You need to tame her.
Sir, she's a lioness, and the lioness who will be the true leader of this pride. I don't need to tame her. I need to give her the best counsel possible. She will know and make the right decision for her people.
Good words, Charlie. That's what I needed to hear to put her in the safest place she needs to be. And I hope you realize it will be the safest place for her, but it'll be the place that she despises the most.
She has good people around her. And hopefully between all of us we can make that difference.
Okay. Well, John. Yes, my liege. Give him the chest. He's going to need it. The chest, my liege. I hate, Majan, when I have to repeat my orders. I'm sorry, my liege. He goes out, comes back, and he's dragging us. He gives out a small chest. He has a small chest in his hand. My liege, take this, Mshali. There is 2,000 gold coins in that chest. You're going to need it for the trip. And to look good and survive there until things are settled. You understand?
I do, sir.
If you do this, Mshali, I will personally see that you get a Greyheim blade. Protect your lady. Like the loyal knight you are.
My friends are the only and singular purpose of my being. My friends, my family, my loved ones. I will certainly do so.
Alright. You turn and leave with the chest. We will call it there.
Man, I just wrote out a freaking speech.
It's not over. These are all timetables that are happening.
I'm going back to jail for taking the lantern.
Well, you probably did the right thing by taking the lantern.
No, because you kept it safe. Is it secret? Is it safe?
Yeah.
that is the absolute best thing. Unless you sell it.
Before we go too far, Lee Wanika, you had someone who had a question or something? What was that?
Yeah, I think the question came up in the live feed earlier on. I don't know if that person is still with us at this moment, but I'm confident they'll probably tune back in and finish the episode. But they had asked if what they were seeing for the on the board and if that was actual live figs or if that was just like a matte kind of painting or picture, and I told them in the chat that it's absolutely real. So I was thinking that we might be able to, as we close tonight, we might be able to each just like, give the names of our characters again, and then if you could possibly show our figs to the camera so people can kind of see the awesome work you've done and put together this great diorama, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I figured for this one point of playing in the dollhouse, it was awesome.
And the awesome work of my dear friend who has printed them out for us and joined us in this game. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. There's a lot of great work that kind of went on behind the scenes, bringing us to this bit here. So I figured this would be a great episode and a great time to kind of shout that out.
Right.
And Ben has so much terrain. It's awesome.
It is the reason why, if you're wondering, this is why we're on Vorpal board. I don't know how much of that kind of pops up, but that is why I chose this, because of the miniatures going on. So we have, because of Tyler, we have the dress and battle outfit of Lady Carolyn. So yeah, that's why
you want to zoom in those a little bit.
I can only go so much. I don't want to disrupt the camera going on, but if you're on the screen, I hope that you can pop in a little bit. Let's see if I can get mine over it. My arrow piece might work a little bit more. There we go. If you see that, hopefully that's popping up on the screen pretty well with you. Then
it's not. Yeah, it's not. Well, I can't see the live feed, so
you gotta go on the live feed. That's the only way. If you're on YouTube, you should see it like that because it's coming up my thing. So that's them.
Okay.
This is Jajiro. And all of your players have designed all these characters, and I went off their paint scheme from Hero Forge, which most all of them came from until I get to Tyler's fig. So we have
because Tyler got to be special.
Yeah, well, he printed them all, so you can do whatever he wants. All right, Balin, which is awesome that she decided not to actually put weapons in her hands, but punching everybody. So she got her spirit.
Love it.
And here's Ian, our favorite bard. He gets himself in all sorts of trouble. Lose my voice. And Charlie. And oops, I'm out of picture. I'm sorry. And Tyros.
Nice.
And Thulsa, who is not here with us, but in spirit, and it's his guy. So, thank you very much. Now good thing we're at the end.
Yeah.
Losing the
Voice is falling.
Big time. Let us see. I'm gonna have to break this down so I can find a calendar.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. Does 21st or 28th work?
For January?
Yep.
Give me 1 second.
I've got no plans on either of those days.
Sweet.
Yep, I am clear on both of those days, so
All
That
right.
should be
whatever
good.
works,
So the
whatever works
21st?
for the rest of the group.
We'll do the 21st.
Cool beans.
Awesome.
Great game, guys.
Yeah, heck yeah.
That was awesome. Good deal.
And we'll see everyone from there. Thank you for joining us.
All right, see y'all next time.
Good night, all. Happy
Bye.
holidays.
Oh, yeah, everybody have
Yeah.
a Merry Christmas,
Holiday.
Happy New Year, Happy
Holidays.
holidays.